welcome to Valley High School here on CISN.TV. Dar Danielson with you alongside Andrew Downs. Tonight it's the Valley Tigers coming in rated number 11 in the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union rankings against number 6 Southeast Polk. And Andrew, as we head toward the end of the season here, these two teams in a little bit different situation in that Southeast Polk lost the other night to Waukee, and then they lost to Johnson in a close ball game. The Waukee one is one where, you talk about burning the tape. You burn the digital, whatever it is, the SD card or whatever, you burn that one from that one, because that was only their second loss, and it was their second loss to Waukee, but they've lost 2 in a row here after opening with a 10-0 run, losing to Waukee, running off 7 in a row. Now they've lost 2 in a Valley.
Number 14, senior Jessica Stewart.
Jessica Stewart, the senior.
Valley, number 5, senior Grace Plummer.
Grace Plummer.
For the Rams, number 22, freshman Brooklyn Daly.
Brooklyn Daly, the freshman.
And
Tracy Daly, the head coach for Southeast Polk. Let's pause for a national anthem.
Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee, Schottenkirk Ford Indianola, representing Iowa's top 2 selling brands, are combining for one giant sales event. Save big in Waukee. New Silverado 1500 4x4, $36,990, $486 per month. New 2020 Equinox LT, $23,999, $316 per month. All new and pre-owned vehicles marked with one low price. Save big in Indianola. New Ford F-150 Crew Cab 4x4, $36,499, $480 per month. New Ford Escape, $18,499, $243 per month. Let the power of 2 work for you. Schottenkirk Chevrolet Waukee, Schottenkirk Ford Indianola. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee, Schottenkirk Ford Indianola, representing Iowa's top 2 selling brands, are combining for one giant.
And we're here at Valley, ready to get it started off. Darty Anielson, Andrew Downs. I think, Andrew, if Valley watched the Waukee video, one of the things they don't want to do is push the ball up the floor, get it out quickly against Southeast Polk. I don't know that they quite have the firepower outside that Waukee has. Not a lot of teams do. They can shoot the 3. Southeast Polk can too. And I think Southeast Polk came down, and it's one of those things that kind of snowballed on them. You start missing a few shots, and they're all rolling in and out. So you just got to keep attacking the basket and playing hard here if you're Southeast Polk.
Exactly. You have to do that and kind of replicate, try and do what Waukee, kind of push it as much as you can here.
Daly and Honnold, and it's knocked away and taken by Jessica Stewart inside through the bounce pass to Brooke Woodyard. Back out. Southeast Polk in the black uniforms, Valley in the white. And there's Daly up top with it. Rotated over. Looks like a zone there. They get it inside, up and under, and Woodyard gets fouled by Meredith Reeker.
And that's going to be interesting to see just how well this zone defense really holds up here for Valley, because again, this is a Southeast Polk team that, you know, they can push it up well, they can do it, and they can get pretty fast at it. So how are you going to defend that? How are you going to defend individual players? Again, the zone works perfect for that. So they kind of bested them there, but it didn't hurt them so far.
Brooke Woodyard misses the first free throw, shooting 67% for the line on the season. Second one off, no good. Rebound though, pulled out of there by Riley Cruzy for Southeast Polk. She takes it baseline as that now drives down. They'll throw it over top to Daly for 3. Good! Brooklyn Daly gets him on the board with the 3. Good ball rotation.
Great job. And again, Cruzy, their leading rebounder and scorer. You know, she's a double threat. And how is Valley, do you find a way to stop that?
Long 3 by Valley, off, no good. The rebound, though, comes down to Honnold. Back up and good by Meredith Reeker. And it's 3-2. Southeast Polk, there's the drive up, no good by Grace Larkins. Rebound comes off to the Tigers. They'll push it up the floor. Southeast Polk is back. Up top, Chappell. Tells the defense to clear out. Looking in there to post up is Plummer. Gives a high screen now. Driving in was Hall against Daly. And they'll take it back out the top to reset the offense here.
A little different defensive setup here from Southeast Polk, doing more man-to-man style. And it'll be interesting, again, to see how Valley can really try and penetrate that, because you might need some more outside help than normal in this case.
Chappell dishes it off to Hall. Hall picks up her dribble, now gets some help. And Good tight defense here by Southeast Polk. On the drive, the foul is picked up, though, with the bump by Jessica Stewart. Her first, team's first.
What you're already seeing here is Southeast Polk not having a hard time getting into the paint. Valley, they have to really drive, and they have to work a lot harder now. So that's going to be one of the things for Valley going forward. How can you make that easier on yourself?
Lob out to Plummer. She gets it out and shoots the shot and misses it. Rebound comes off to Southeast Polk. They'll push it up the floor quickly, but a little too much as Riley Cruzy just didn't quite get turned around to get her feet set and catch that pass.
No, and they had him too. That was, again, a good jump out there for Southeast Polk, getting out there fast. That's going to be one of the big keys for them, too, is making sure they get out there fast.
Because we know Valley has speed, so I think they're trying to overcome that a little bit. Here's the drive and the travel as Alex Honnold went in. If that was the NBA, she would have been able to continue it.
Oh, yeah, all the
way. Shoot it
way.
and get the bucket and the foul.
She'd have been able to dance, do a jig, and then lay it up and in.
But not in high school. Ripped, taken away. And Honnold goes up for the easy two and gives Valley their first lead.
Nicely done. That's when you see a telegraph pass come and really well done there because that was a great steal and now a good opportunity.
Knocked away, slapped around. Daly comes away with it for Southeast Polk. Now good inside feed, fake up and the foul. And already Brooke Woodyard getting some good work inside. She'll go to the free throw line once again.
66% on the season so far for her. Another chance to get to kind of break into the game and break a little lead here early for Southeast Polk.
Second personal on Meredith Reeker, and he misses the free throw. Woodyard does again. Maddie Brown will come in for Valley.
It's already 3 missed free throws. It's not something you want to start out good here with for Southeast Polk.
And you got the reverse announcer jinx there. She hit that one and ties up the game. And Reeker sits down with 2 personals already. Bounce pass down low, and she stepped on the baseline there. Valley's being a little patient, but they're just trying to – it's hard finding some seams right now in that defense.
Exactly, and that's something that's something's gonna have to give eventually here, because Southeast Polk has already found a way they can penetrate wherever they want right now, and they've shown that.
Over the top for 3. Oh, down and out, in the cylinder and out. Knocked around but kept alive. Woodyard, she'll throw it out. Daly fakes her 3, but she took a little skip step there. Man, Jessica Stewart had that one in the cylinder, rattled and popped back out. Almost like there was a hand pushing it out of the bottom.
That was as unlucky as you can get there. And, for Southeast Polk, Woodyard, she's doing a lot of things off the glass right now, getting that. She's her 6th best rebounder. So, as if you're Valley, you got to think, hey, we've eliminated one individual. I mean, this is a team we have to try and stop. So you got to make sure you play good team defense from now on.
Penetrates, kicks it out to Brown. Now back over to Hall. She'll drive, puts it up high off the glass, no good. Rebound comes down to Stewart. And she pushes it up the floor quickly on the drive, a little too high by Larkins. Halfway through the first quarter, up and good. And Alex Honnold right up through the pressure there that time.
Yeah, she's been their primary scorer in the paint right now, and that's probably what the blueprint is going to be moving forward.
Long 3 is up and no good by Cruzy. Valley will push it up the floor quickly the other way. Over to Chapel.
And again, you see that man-to-man defense here. Southeast Polk, again, trying to use that speed, trying to get that going. And right now, they're being a little bit faster. They're being a little quicker.
And there's the travel as they kind of semi-tied up Maggie Hall. She thought she got fouled, but you drive into a double team and you never know what's going to happen.
And you saw how quickly Southeast Polk really converged there, because she ultimately didn't have much time to move, and she kind of got thrown off guard just a bit. So right now it's Southeast Polk playing a little bit faster tempo here than Valley.
J.C. Elliott into the ball game. Riley Cruzy with it over to Elliott. Now back over the top to Stewart. Into Daly. She drives, penetrates, and just off. And the rebound comes down to Valley. Plummer gets it up ahead. Good penetration, kick out. looked at the three. Brown decided not. She'll drive, and she'll get the old-fashioned drive for the three. She passed up the open look outside and drove and gets the bucket and the foul.
And that's exactly what's going to have to happen if you're going to make sure that you win over Southeast Polk tonight for Valley. How aggressive can you be in the paint? And right now, kudos to Valley. They're making the most of their situation.
Free throw up and good. So Maddie Brown has 3 points here. A 9-point lead. A 5-0 run here by Valley. Their biggest lead of the day. There's a three that cuts it right down by Stewart.
That was a breakdown in defense. You can't leave Stewart open like that. When when three-point shooters open, they're going to shoot.
So the 5-0 run is halted, and now we're back to a 2-point ball game. Looking for the high screen there, and Plummer has to come up. Shot up, no good. Rebound by Brown is good. Well, Maddie Brown's come off the bench, and right away give them a little bit of a spark. We'll take a break here. It's 11-7 Valley on CISN.TV.
Moms typically get to make a majority of the healthcare decisions for their family. That can be a lot of pressure, but not for me. Because I know the choice is ours. For medical tests like MRIs, X-rays, CAT scans, and of course mammograms, ask your doctor to refer you to Iowa Radiology. They work around our hectic schedules. They're the best at what they do, and they're so great with my family. They truly care, and it shows. Visit iowaradiology.com or call to schedule an appointment. Iowa Radiology. Our focus is your good health.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore. It's cold outside, and that means it's fireplace season. And you need one of the brand new Heat and Glow gas fireplace inserts. They're the perfect retrofit for that old wood-burning fireplace that you're not using. You get beautiful flames, you get heat, you get easy operation, and they're all brand new Heat and Glow gas fireplace inserts. Please come see us, Fireplace Superstore, 109th and Douglas in Urbandale.
Back to action. Plummer up and good for Valley. And Valley extends that lead out to 4 now.
Valley is making the most of their opportunities right now. They've missed one shot inside the paint. And meanwhile, Southeast Polk has missed every one of their shots in the paint.
But they've hit outside. There's Brooklyn Daly with her second three. And those three-pointers are kind of holding them in it right now. They have 3 three-pointers. They haven't hit a 2-point field goal yet.
And that's ultimately what kind of downed them in against Waukee. Yeah. And so you don't want to get into that kind of a track meet again. You know, Valley won't necessarily hurt you from the outside as much.
Plummer drives and scores again. Grace Plummer answers. And now up top, Stewart for 3. No good. Short. Rebound comes off to Valley.
She sure likes to shoot from that point in particular. That's already her third three-point attempt from that exact spot.
Yeah, that's her, and they're finding she's getting open looks there. That one was the only one that's short. Now this one is blocked partially by Daly. Back the other way, they push up the floor. Cruzy pulls up, and it's off, no good. Stewart outside. They rotate it around. Here's a 3. Good! J.C. Elliott dials it up from downtown, and it's a 2-point ball game. Man, they can't buy one under the bucket, Andrew, but they can get it from outside.
They are finding a way to keep themselves in this game for sure. But it's going to be interesting to see how they go the rest of the quarter.
Runner is good by Plummer. She's got, by Honold. She's got 6. Back the other way. Oh, 3 is off by Daly. Rebound battled for, and there's going to be a foul called on the floor down there. That'll go against Maggie Hall, I believe. Oh, no, I missed that. It was Haley Chappell.
And that'll be her first. You know, Southeast Polk, I think the big difference already is Valley's making the most of their opportunities in the paint and wherever they can find points. Southeast Polk, aside from three-point land, they're not as successful.
Long 3 again, no good. Slapped out, but a foul will be called. As they say, Grace Larkins got into the Valley player trying to slap that out and picks up the foul. And there, J.C. Elliott, she could have taken one more step in, I think, for that one. She's been a little short on those shots. because she had time, it appeared to me. But
they seem a little scared to enter anything near two-point land.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like they want to try that.
So they'll roll it in with 6.1 to play here. Now they pick it up. Let's see if they get a shot off. Dribbling through Chappell. 2 seconds. Pass. There's a shot. Oh, off the glass. The shot by Megan Weiss. But at the end of one, it's Valley 17, Southeast Polk 13. We'll be back with the second quarter after this on CISN.TV.
Here's to everyone who believes in competition and good sportsmanship, who knows it's not about the trophies or the medals, but rather the lessons learned. For those who understand, it's not whether you win or lose, just that you give your best. So go ahead, lace them up, take the field, have fun, and play. For the experience, for the memories, for the love of the game. Shields.
We might not always know what the day will bring, but some things are certain. The sun will rise and your lights will go on. That's because at MidAmerican Energy, we're obsessively, relentlessly committed to providing you energy when and where you need it, to connecting with you and keeping our communities safe and strong. Because the most important thing we put our energy into is you. We're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
We'll go to the second quarter. Dar Danielson, Andrew Downs here on CISN.TV. Valley up 17-13 over Southeast Polk. Southeast Polk has 4 threes. They've yet to hit a 2-point field goal. They've had a lot of shots inside that just haven't fallen. Now Valley will start the second quarter with the ball. Haley Chappell's out there. Grace Plummer now with the ball. Gets it over to Honnold. Now there's a 3. Good by Maggie Hall. That's the first 3 for Valley.
That's Hall's 14th made three-pointer on the season. Doesn't it make him at a highly clipped rate, but, man, that was a nice one there.
There's the inside, but it's blocked as they try to go inside, and it's blocked. Back the other way with it, pushing it. Honnold up, no good. Rebound to Daly. She'll pull it out of there. And Southeast Polk still looking for a 2-point field goal here.
I don't think Grace Larkins is being implemented enough here as we see her try to get into her, but I don't think she's being implemented enough for Southeast Polk to be successful tonight.
Now drives, and a foul called on the drive, so she'll go to the free throw line. And Maddie Brown's first, the 4th team foul. And Larkins looking for her first point. She hits it at the free throw line. Larkins 84.3% free throw shooter, so sometimes the good shooters too, you get one at the line, Andrew, and that kind of gets you going.
Yeah, and she's made over now 117 on the season from the charity stripe. She's the one you want to get in that situation.
Cuts the lead down to 5 for Valley. Still kind of a matchup man-to-man defense here. They get a screen. There's a 3. No good. A rebound battled for and pulled out of there by Brooke Woodyard.
If you're Valley here, you need to make sure to capitalize on these kind of opportunities.
Oh, Stewart looking for the cutter in there and just a little too hard.
Yeah.
Now it seems like they're trying too hard to get it inside, doesn't it?
Yeah, way too hard. And now you've gone multiple possessions without scoring. They're doing great on the defensive rebounding end of that. They're doing pretty solid, but they're just not capitalizing on the other end. And that's exactly what we saw against Waukee.
Inside to Brown and over, crossed up and good by Honnold. Well, Valley doing a good job of moving that ball around, aren't they?
They are owning the paint right now, and it is not even a close contest.
Skip across the top, now over. Daly looks at the 3, decides no, throws it over to Stewart. She's got a couple threes already. Into the block to Larkins. Double team not there, kicks it out. 3 is no good. Rebound by Valley, and then she'll get fouled. Let's see who that goes on. That'll go on Brooklyn Daly, her first. Larkins was a little worried because that would be her number 2 on her. But
yes, and early on in this kind of a game, you have a little bit of cushion right now and a lot of momentum in your favor, but That is because of the players you have on the court right now, and you don't want to lose that momentum, especially to a team like Southeast Polk.
So both teams with 4 team fouls here. Valley running a little weave on the right side. Now they'll penetrate. Kick it back. Penetrate again. Brown looks. Pulls it back out. Over to Chappell. Chappell lobs it into Brown. Gets it back. Nice move. Up and good.
That was as slick as they come right there.
Textbook give and go there.
And that's how you're going to beat these teams like Southeast Polk. Well done by Valley.
Lead up to 9, the biggest lead of the ball game so far for Valley. Over to Stewart. Valley with that 2-3 zone, almost poked away from behind, and it works as Daly couldn't quite run it down, and just a little Grace Plummer poking it away.
And you notice that the defense is right up there at the three-point line. They're just making it so much tougher for Valley to run anything offensively.
Well, Southeast Polk has not hit a 2-point field goal, so Valley just saying we're going to wait until you do. You know,
exactly.
There's one out, no good. Rebound comes off to Stewart. Up the floor, looking inside. Now they'll lob it across to Daly. Stewart. Back over.
Again, defensive setup, pushing Southeast Polk as far outside the three-point line as possible right now without trying to give anything down low.
Cruzy inside to Daly. Turn around at the elbow is good. Now they got their first 2-point bucket of the ball game. And that makes it 24-17 halfway through the second quarter.
Again, it'll be interesting to see if Southeast Polk changed up defensively here because
pull up at the elbow, good.
Once again, you're seeing Valley, find a way to be efficient inside and find good looks. And right now, the man-to-man defense just isn't quite cutting it.
Bounce pass into Daly, looks underneath. Oh, nice job to let the defense go by. Brooke Woodyard, so now 2 straight buckets inside.
That's just grinding it out right there. That is what you have to do as a post player, grind it out, wait for that opportunity.
Because when you get it inside, then it's easier to get it back out for the 3.
Exactly. That'll open so much more for Southeast Polk if they can establish that and be consistent with that.
Hoddle drives, gets it off to Plummer. Plummer in and draws the foul on Stewart. I like the aggressiveness, too, on Valley when they're taking it into the basket.
Exactly, and they're still making Southeast Polk honor the perimeter. Even though they haven't really shown they can be that great from the perimeter, they're still forcing them to honor it and be cautious of it.
Free throw is no good by Grace Plummer.
Plummer normally a 78% free throw shooter on the
almost 79.
Season. Yeah, that was 0.9 is, this would definitely put her over.
Yeah, I always round that up when you got a 0.9. Yeah. And she makes that one.
Rule of thumb.
So back to a 7-point lead near Southeast Polk. Stella Charleston into the ball game. There she is with the ball. Bounce passes baseline. Now trying to get it into the Larkins. And Larkins, they just not have given her many touches at all. Quickly push the other way. Hoddle drives to the hole. Takes it coast to coast for the bucket. And timeout called. 10-point lead here. Let's take a break. We'll do that. Come back after this on CISN.TV.
Why do I look for the seal? It's about trust. Whether I'm buying a car, hiring a contractor, finding a tax preparer, or an honest mechanic, the Better Business Bureau's seal means this business meets high standards. When I see the seal, I know I'll get what I pay for. No more taking chances and no more worries. And I feel good about supporting local businesses. My life is so much easier knowing I can always trust BBB accredited businesses. It pays to look for the seal. See for yourself at bbb.org/Iowa.
Every month or so, there's another story in the media about when and how often we need to get our mammograms. Kind of confusing. When this happens, I like to consult with experts. So I called Iowa Radiology. They recommend women get an annual mammogram starting at age 40. They know that it's the best way to detect cancers early and save lives. And that's good enough for me. Visit iowaradiology.com or call to schedule your mammogram. Iowa Radiology, our focus is your good health.
Here at Valley High School, the Tigers leading Southeast Polk here. 2:42 to go in the second half. Southeast Polk called a timeout after Valley upped the lead to 10. Now they get it into Larkins. Knocked away from Larkins. She got triple teamed that time. She's averaging 22, just has 2 free throws here so far in the first half of this one. Valley doing a good job of identifying her and keeping the ball away.
And they're doing a great job of that. They're turning the ball over left and right. You know, ultimately, this is a team that has just over 270 turnovers forced on the season, so they know how to get to the ball both defensively and offensively.
Run that little weave, then bring it back up to Chappell. On the drive is Plummer. She gets fouled. And that will be the 6th team foul. Larkin's second personal. And Daly will come in and Larkins will go out. And you can see the frustration on her face. And
yes,
you know, that's tough when you're the leading scorer and you get double teamed, but you got to just keep going at it. There's the drive and a foul by J.C. Elliott.
And again, another, you talk about aggressive style in the paint. And right now, that's the blueprint. That's what's working right now for Valley.
Plummer to shoot 2. Pops that one. She hit 1 of 2 the first time to the line. And has 6 points.
She hasn't gone as much to the free throw line, and she makes that one. But, man, she's really efficient when she does.
The lead up to 12 for Valley. Back up top, over to Cruzy. She'll put up the 3. Good! Riley Cruzy.
That's one of those tip of the caps. That was pretty good defense there by Valley. You can't be mad if you're coach.
No, she had to shoot that up over the defender. But you got to like the precision offense you're seeing out of Valley right now.
Oh, it is precision. It's calculated. Everything is going right now for Valley, and it's not by luck. They are definitely forcing a lot of hands for Southeast Polk.
And there's a travel again as a little bump by Maggie Hall. The defender kind of backed off, pulled the chair out just a bit on her there, and she walked.
And maybe that's going to be something you have to start doing more as Southeast Polk, using that aggression that Valley has against them. Now, you can't turn that around to be too lackadaisical, but, you know, instances like that help.
Big possession here for them. They could cut it down. They got it below double digits. Up and good. The inside cut and the basket by Brooke Woodyard. And cuts the lead down to 7.
They've had opportunities to do just that so many times, but again, Southeast Polk hasn't, you know, they started off fast, but inside they just seem to be slow trying to get things working in the paint.
The Valley will pull it out. We'll see them probably play for 1 here. This is where everybody in the world, whoa, we need a shot clock, but
hey, you know, if it works, you know, these teams like to kind of bleed out the clock a little bit.
Make them come out and play defense. There you go. Wind it down. Hand off to three-pointer, no good. And Southeast Polk will not get a shot off here. And it'll be Valley 31-24 here at the half. That was, let's see, 14-11 half, so a little bit better for Southeast Polk there. Let's take a break. We'll come back, check out the scoring. We'll have our halftime guests and a little more after this on CISN.TV.
Central Bank, proud to be a long-standing Iowa tradition. Founded in 1887 in Storm Lake, we've grown over the years from that one location to a bank serving Northwest and Central Iowa, employing more than 200 people in the region. Being here and being from here, it makes Central Bankers unique in the banking world. Decisions are made here. Investments of our time and resources are made here. For us, banking is still about people. Our reverence for community and hard work speaks to a proud Iowa heritage. Our passion for small business to bold new directions forward for our bank and the Iowans we serve. Thank you for your support of Central Bank. Let's keep it going. Let's plan together. Let's execute for Iowa's small business, agricultural, and individual banking customers. Central Bank is ready to make it happen. Member FDIC.
Sales event. Save big in Waukee. New Silverado 1500 4x4. $36,990. $486 per month. New 2020 Equinox LT. $23,999. $316 per month. All new and pre-owned vehicles marked with one low price. Save big in Indianola. New Ford F-150 Crew Cab 4x4. $36,499. $480 per month. New Ford Escape. $18,499. $243 per month. Let the power of two work for you. Schottenkirk Chevrolet Waukee. Schottenkirk Ford Indianola.
Moms typically get to make a majority of the healthcare decisions for their family. That can be a lot of pressure, but not for me, because I know the choice is ours. For medical tests like MRIs, X-rays, CAT scans, and of course mammograms, ask your doctor to refer you to Iowa Radiology. They work around our hectic schedules, they're the best at what they do, and they're so great with my family. They truly care, and it shows. Visit iowaradiology.com or call to schedule an appointment. Iowa Radiology, our focus is your good health.
Back here at halftime at Valley High School, Dar Danielson with you. The Tigers leading Southeast Polk 31-24. Joining me is Jason Campbell, Southeast Polk Activities Director. And boy, this is when you start getting the busy time of year, isn't it? When you start getting toward the end of February, we start looking ahead to these tournaments for the winter sports. And imagine you got a lot going on, don't you?
Yeah, it is. It's really one of the most exciting times of the year as well. You know, a lot of this comes down to these tournaments, and so you know, it's going to be exciting next couple of weeks. So this is part of what makes the job fun.
Let's talk about the girls team. They were cruising along, and then a couple losses here lately. But I know Coach Daly's a real good coach. They're going to get back on track, but they've had a real good season so far, haven't they?
Oh, absolutely. You know, probably our signature win was earlier in the year with Dowling. You know, just really a total team effort. And, you know, as usual, there's a handful of teams, at least in the Metro, that on any given night can beat anybody. So really, you know, it's going to be exciting coming down into the regionals here. But we just got to find a way to get down to the well and then let the chips fall where they may. So, you know, you're right. You hit the nail on the head. Tracy's an outstanding coach, so she'll have our girls ready to play them. I'm not worried.
I've been impressed with your boys' team and the way they've come along, too. Had their game the other night at Waukee, and, man, they really took them right down to the wire. That's a team that's been maturing throughout the season, hasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, we're ecstatic about where our boys' basketball program is headed. Coach Jenkins came on board, and, you know, what we really wanted to see was we wanted to see kids play really, really hard. We wanted kids to play together, and we wanted, you know, good sportsmanship. And when you look at those three areas, you know, he's done an outstanding job. And with that, I think just comes more success. And again, you know, tough, hard-nosed defense, never quit. And that was really the story at Waukee. You're down 18 points in the first half, but just never quit and kept chipping away, and we're right there at the end of the game. So, yeah, we feel good about where we're at, and obviously every sub-state is tough. Nobody has a cakewalk, but again, you know, we're going to give it what we got, and we feel good about where we are at this time of the year.
And there's another little sport that Southeast Polk is known for here, wrestling. And again, let's talk a little bit about the prospects as you look forward here to the wrestling championships.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, it's weird. It's not weird, but that program has kind of reached such a place that all you really talk about is the state title. I mean, for most programs, like, you're happy to get to state, you're happy to place at state, you know, and they're just really in another stratosphere right now, and that really what you talk about is winning it, and you know, they're going to be right there, year in and year out. Those guys, it doesn't matter. Everybody kind of thinks like, oh, next year they lose. You know, we lose Cade DeVos, we lose Lance Runyon, two of the very best wrestlers in the entire state, and we just kind of figure out a way to reload, and they keep growing those guys.
But it's just kind of a culture now where you have the young kids, and it's just they look up to the older ones, and it just kind of, as you say, you lose people, but every year you have new ones stepping in there, don't you?
There's no doubt. I mean, I figured it was be a good year. First of the year, I see those kids got their sweatpants tucked into their socks, walking around the school, just wrestlers all over the place. I figure we're probably going to be pretty good again.
Before I let you go, can't let you go without asking about the football and the realignment and things. And what's your first thought on that and looking at it?
You know, I would really hats off to the state for being creative to try to come up with a method to not completely blow the system entirely up, but to try to address what really everybody saw was that there is some inequity or some lack of parity in a couple of places, and they really worked hard to try to address that without completely demolishing the old model. So my hat's off really to the Athletic Association for trying to come up
Yeah, because they're giving this a year to see how it goes, and sometimes you can listen to those outside voices and, well, like you say, we got to blow this up and start all over. But it seems like here they're trying something different. They realize there's some issues, but they're going to try something for a year, see how that works, and then tweak it. And I think that's something you can ask as athletic director and coaches to look at it and try to address things in a common sense way.
Yeah, and that, we had a few meetings about it, and all of the ADs had been up to Boone to address, look at different models, and honestly, that's not one that I had seen, so I was surprised when it came out, but again, I think pleasantly surprised to still be able to have a system that's a little bit familiar and but yet recognizes the lack of parity at the extreme end, so, but I think that's the right attitude. Let's look at it for a year, and if it works, great. If it doesn't, well, we'll go back to the drawing board and something else. It's a very, very complex problem, and a lot of people were looking at it. They're a heck of a lot smarter than I am, and so I hats off to them for coming up with a way to at least look at this to address some of the issues.
All right. Well, Jason Campbell, we appreciate you taking a few minutes out to talk with us here, and good luck. I'm sure you'll be over at the Well for several different sports here as we wind down the winter season, and thanks again for your time tonight.
Thank you, Dar.
We'll take a break, come back with the second half after this on CISN.TV.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore. It's cold outside, and that means it's fireplace season. And you need one of the brand new Heat and Glow gas fireplace inserts. They're the perfect retrofit for that old wood-burning fireplace that you're not using. You get beautiful flames, you get heat, you get easy operation, and they're all brand new Heat and Glow gas fireplace inserts. Please come see us, Fireplace Superstore, 109th and Douglas in Urbandale.
We might not always know what the day will bring, but some things are certain. The sun will rise, and your lights will go on. That's because at MidAmerican Energy, we're obsessively, relentlessly committed to providing you energy when and where you need it, to connecting with you and keeping our communities safe and strong. Because the most important thing we put our energy into is you. We're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Here at Valley High School, let's run down the first half scoring while we got a chance for you here. For Southeast Polk, 8 for Brooklyn Daly, 5 for Brooke Woodyard, then 3 for J.C. Elliott, 3 for Jessica Stewart, 3 for Riley Cruzy, and 2 for Grace Larkins. They had 5 threes overall in that first half. For Valley, 10 for Alex Honnold, 7 for Grace Plummer, 5 for Maddie Brown, 5 for Maggie Hall, 2 for Haley Chappell, and 2 for Meredith Reeker. So both teams kind of spreading the scoring out, Andrew, but it took Southeast Polk a little bit of time to find that inside game here. They got a few of those buckets inside late in the second quarter.
Yeah, and ultimately that's something that has to step up and improve drastically, because on the other end we know what Valley's given you. They are going to slam it down your throat in the paint. They're going to continue to be dominant in the paint, and if you don't match that, this lead's only going to grow for them.
Looking at it, Grace Larkins with 2, Jessica Stewart with 2 personal fouls, and Meredith Reeker, she picked up 2 early and had to sit out for a while, but no real super foul trouble for either of these teams as You see Southeast Polk in the dark here. We'll start out with the ball. Looks like about the same starters. Daly over to Stewart. And Riley Cruzy back to Stewart for three. She'll start the ball game. The second half just the way she started the first with the three. And we're underway.
And if you're Valley, let them do that, because ultimately they haven't shown they can hit that as consistently to beat you right now. And they'll hit it once every 5 shots, but if you're Valley, hey, you know what you can do down low.
Here's a three the other way, and that is off. And they try to save it underneath, but the miss by Hall will go out of bounds. So that 12-point lead now down to 4 here with the three, and a chance for Southeast Polk maybe to go on a little run.
And if they can do that, and again, they're 42% from the three-point line, and from the perimeter, I should say.
Daly, in and out, and a battle. Larkins can't get it out of there. That was almost down to a 1-point ball game with that one.
That's the second time it's been in and out just like that. Definitely the rims are not kind to them right now.
Well, I haven't seen them like that where the ball's halfway down in the cylinder and out like that. I don't know.
The laws of physics were bent here twice already.
Here's Valley. They kick it outside. Look at the three, not there. Now back up top to Chappell. She'll rotate it over. Here's a baseline jumper. No good. Rebound. Pulled out of there by Maggie Hall, and now taken away. Daly up ahead to Stewart. She stops, just about pulled that pivot.
That was too close.
Cruzy over to Daly, inside on the block, and kicks it back out. Woodyard, now Larkins with the runner. Woodyard gets the rebound, and she gets called for the offensive foul. So there again, just a little trouble inside the paint.
And when they get something, when they get that close to the bucket, they almost don't know what to do with it at this point, just because they haven't had that much penetration.
Woodyard was posted, and you thought she would have come and shot it, but she didn't. She kicked it back out. Maybe just a little shy because they haven't been successful. We'll see here.
And now you see Southeast Polk going to that zone defense here, because I think ultimately that's what's going to have to work for them here in the second half. And, you ultimately got to stop the penetration down low.
Out for three is good by Valley. Meredith Reeker hits the three.
But if they keep hitting that shot, it's not going to matter what they do.
Back up to a 7-point lead. The biggest was 12 in the first half. Larkins drive, spins, push shot up, no good. Rebound pulled down by Reeker. And here's Valley trying to go on the run. Plummer with it. But Southeast Polk gets back quickly.
Larkins is your leading scorer if you're Southeast Polk, and she does her work from the paint. She hasn't made a bucket down low like that at all tonight. So
averaging almost 23 points a game, and she's got just 2 here.
It's going to be really tough if she can't have that production tonight. One basket's not going to do it.
In her defense, the defense has been on her 2-3 at a time or collapsing, and they're forcing the other members of the team to try to do something. Over to Plummer. Plummer to Chappell. They'll spread it back out. Maggie Hall with it. Reeker drives in back. Valley just very patient, looking for the seam in that zone. Now into the middle and take it away. Larkins. Larkins will push it. She'll go down, up and good, and Larkins gets her first field goal of the night here with 4:50 to play in the third.
That's what she does best. When she has it, drives it, and when she has the room to drive it. And it's really good picking up on the passing lane there.
And Coach Joe Segris does not like what he sees there. He's going to take a timeout. It'll be a 30-second, so we'll keep it right here.
So far in this quarter, Valley hasn't been able to get a shot off from the paint or inside 2-point range. Most of it's come from the perimeter so far, and I know it's early in this quarter, but if you're Southeast Polk, let's go ahead and keep that narrative going. Force Valley, who's not the best 3-point shooting team, force them outward, and then just flip the script. Find a way to get down low yourselves.
And Valley, they're doing a lot of motion. They're making the defense work. They're moving around, cutting, and making. You can't just stand there with them. They're trying to move it around and find that seam. And when you have the lead too, you can be a little more patient on your shot selection.
Exactly. With Valley too, it is just a matter of you got to continue to repeat what you've been doing early, and that is, again, establish inside. And passes have been great, and ultimately Southeast Polk's going to have to pick up on that here if they want to win.
So Valley out of the timeout will get the ball over the top to Hall, to Reeker, and Larkins pokes it away, and Valley's able to keep it alive. Chapel. Larkins working hard to make something. Reeker for three, in and out, and then the rebound comes off to Riley Cruzy. Goes behind the back and up to Daly, down to Stewart. Look at again now against that 2-3 zone. Over the top to Stewart. Almost slapped out of there by Honnold. Jumper no good at the free throw line. Rebound comes off to Valley. Valley not giving him many second chances either. Quickly on the drive and block from behind.
That was a really good block there. Not to get those hands too far in. Let the ball come to you. Don't try and
don't swat.
Yeah.
Because Cruzy, usually if you're swinging that tomahawk motion, you're going to get a foul whether you get the ball or not. Into the lane. Kicks it out. Oh, gets it out finally. Plummer. And then she's going to be called for the 3 seconds.
And you see almost a flip script here. It is now Southeast Polk that's being so quick and fast defensively that Valley was flustered there.
Here comes Southeast Polk. They haven't led since the opening 3 to start the ball game. Trailed by as many as 12. Inside look to Daly. There's a good give and go. Brooklyn Daly with 10.
I don't know what the conversation was at half, but it had to be get in the paint, find production in the paint.
Take it to him. He'll be a little more aggressive. It's easy to get tentative when you miss some. Here's a 3, no good. Rebound comes off to Brooke Woodyard.
Right now the rebounding battle in favor of Southeast Polk, and they're utilizing that now, and when they capitalize on those offensive end, they're hard to beat.
Woodyard took a step before she drove baseline and gets called for the travel. J.C. Elliott will come in for Woodyard.
Elliott coming in a pretty good shooter on her own right, 44% from three-point range, so you might see her more from the perimeter. 40% shooting on the season overall, so it's not like you're losing a whole lot there with her coming in.
Chapel gets it to Hall. Now tried to go back over and throws it over the Valley bench into the stands.
I wonder if it's that side of the court that's having issues.
Because that's where Southeast Polk had the trouble, wasn't it?
Yes, and it seems the exact same problems are happening with Valley now in this second half.
But it shouldn't happen on your home court.
Exactly. There's some weird voodoo happening tonight.
Maybe the cold air is coming in the door over there or something. Here's Southeast Polk trying to work their way back in again. Into Larkins. Oh, the runner down and out. And she's been getting a lot more looks. Now she tries to steal it away, and that will stay with Southeast Polk. They say it bounced off the leg of Maddie Brown.
Not having much time Valley does once they get the ball, and it's just a lot of penetration getting to the ball handler. And
well, Southeast Polk took advantage that time. They got the quick double team down there, and everybody else was heading up floor. And nowhere to go with the ball for Valley. Larkins drives, left-hander, good!
That was nice because she looked off the defense there and just found a way into the paint, found a way in, and just drove the baseline. That was exceptionally well done, and that was a veteran move.
Down to a 1-point ball game. We talked about it in the pregame. These two could potentially meet. There's a 3 off, no good. Rebound by Stewart, and she is fouled by Alex Honnold. Her first team foul of the second half. These two teams could potentially meet in the regional final if they advance through.
And right now, by my count, there hasn't been very many, if at all, shots for Valley inside the three-point arc.
9-3. Southeast Polk has outscored Valley here to start the second half. Stewart drives, kicks it back out, and knocked away by Honnold. She'll drive down, takes it in, and can't quite get it. And then a foul called. That was great defense by Riley Cruzy down there in that layup.
Exceptional.
She went straight up, didn't stick out her leg or anything.
Again, if you come down, a lot of the refs will automatically call it. They want to make it easy in some way, shape, or form. If you tomahawk it down, if you bear hug them, that's going to be an easy call for them. So good job by staying up strong.
Larkins takes it baseline to stop, throws it back out to Cruzy. She throws it over the top. Now that zone. Stewart. Now down low, they find Larkins. She gets it blocked. Nice job by Plummer to recover and react. Chappell up to Reeker. Now back up top. Plummer to Reeker for three. Good! Meredith Reeker. She's got their only points in the second half, 2 3-pointers.
That is clutch shooting, and again, it's it's coming from the perimeter there. That's the only point that Valley has had so far in this third quarter.
Yep, they don't have a 2-point field goal. 2 threes by Reeker, and there's a walk by Daly. She thought she was bumped, but the official says no.
You know, Daly is one of those that gets a lot of the possessions for Southeast Polk. And, people forget that she's a freshman and that there's still going to be some freshman mistakes made. But,
she can score, but she can distribute it too. And that's that's the key about her. Of course, being a coach's daughter, you figure she'd be an all-around player who spent some time in the gym. Valley working for one shot here as we go down to 12 seconds. Almost threw that away. Over to Plummer. Plummer inside. Brown down the lane, up and short. Rebound putback is blocked out of there. Long shot will fall wide at the buzzer. So it's 37-33. We'll go to the final quarter after this on CISN.TV.
Moms typically get to make a majority of the healthcare decisions for their family. That can be a lot of pressure, but not for me, because I know the choice is ours. For medical tests like MRIs, X-rays, CAT scans, and of course mammograms, ask your doctor to refer you to Iowa Radiology. They work around our hectic schedules, they're the best at what they do, and they're so great with my family. They truly care, and it shows. Visit iowaradiology.com or call to schedule an appointment. Iowa Radiology, our focus is your good health.
Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee, Schottenkirk Ford Indianola, representing Iowa's top 2 selling brands, are combining for one giant sales event. Save big in Waukee. New Silverado 1500 4x4, $36,990, $486 per month. New 2020 Equinox LT, $23,999, $316 per month. All new and pre-owned vehicles marked with one low price. Save big in Indianola. New Ford F-150 Crew Cab 4x4, $36,499, $480 per month. New Ford Escape, $18,499, $243 per month. Let the power of 2 work for you. Schottenkirk Chevrolet Waukee, Schottenkirk Ford Indianola.
We'll go to the final quarter. Dar Danielson, Andrew Downs. Andrew, 2 3-pointers by Valley, but they were able to hold off. That's 6 points. Southeast Polk outscored them 9-6 in the third quarter, but Valley still holds a 4-point lead.
Ultimately, Southeast Polk finding the reversal here. It's that I don't know if it's the side of the court or what, but Valley had only nine shots total, only 2 inside the 3-point arc. So
Valley,
it's kind of been a flipped script here.
Valley starting with the ball, almost throws that one away, but Chappell gets it as they're going to pull it out a little bit, looks like, and make Southeast Polk open up some lanes. Reeker off to Plummer. Looking for Brown in there.
Again, Southeast Polk strictly to a zone defense, and that's been it. Apparently the zone defense tonight is what keeps you away from the paint or close to the basket anyway.
Brown drives in, kicks it out. Over to Plummer. And timeout. Joe Segrist did not like what he saw there. Let's see. That's going to be a 30-second timeout. Let's keep it here. What's Coach Segrist telling him over there?
Right now, keep your composure for one. It is, again, a flip script, and what he's saying is ultimately, if I were him, I'd keep the composure, find a way to do what we've been doing in the past, and ultimately not rely on the 3-point as much.
While they're moving the ball out there, I don't think they want to stall and just you know, they still need to keep their head up, and if they have a lane, cut to the basket and go, because, you know, you got a 4-point lead, but if you get a chance to go to the basket and score or get an open look, I think you'd want them to shoot it. But
exactly, because Southeast Polk, they're pushing. That defense keeps creeping up higher and higher and away from that basket, and you're pushing Valley out of really their bread and butter.
So Valley brings it in. They almost there again looked like they had a little miscommunication, but Chappell gets it into Plummer. They flash two people in the lane. Now slapped away. Stewart steps in. She'll go down, put it up and good. And we got a 2-point ball game.
Nicely done there. That's by my count the third steal that Southeast Polk has had, and they've all turned into points. And we talked about it at the first half, capitalizing on the other end.
And there they sneak out high, but they just get a foul. They almost had that trap at the half line.
And again, you see that defense, Southeast Polk creeping up there, and Valley didn't see that in the first half. In fact, it was the other way around. So now if you're Valley, again, Coach Segrist, you got to penetrate. You got to find a way to the rim, and you got to find a way, because ultimately if you stay out like this, they're going to beat you, and you're just not going to have very many shooting lanes.
That was the third on Jessica Stewart. She gets another steal. She could tie it up. Oh, and knocked away by Reeker. Woo.
That was authoritative. That was, I am angry, and this isn't going in right now.
That was well timed, and she knocked it away. And wow. Meredith Reeker goes up and blocks that out of there.
And, you know, and one thing, if I was Southeast Polk in that instance, I'd sit there and wait, because right now
Stewart drives, kicks. There's a three. No good. That would have given them the lead. And now quickly back the other way goes Honnold. She goes in, puts it up. No good. A rebound. Pulled down. And battling away with it in there is Riley Cruzy.
Rebounding is going to be absolutely critical within these next 6 minutes.
Things are getting a little intense here. You know, we talked about this game not meaning anything, but they're not playing like that, are they?
No, this is...
I mean, in the matter of standings or anything, but...
You know, they're playing for a conference title in their mind right now. And they're aggressive. Both these teams are extremely aggressive tonight.
Larkins now in on the block. Daly, good move up and through. And we got a tie ball game, our second tie of the game. Last one was way back at 13 all. And Southeast Polk has battled all the way back here against Valley. Hall on the drive. Nice job.
And that's the downside you'll get with that, too. You're pushing your defense up one towards the three-point line. You'll get one of those backdoor miscues every once in a while.
And foul called on, or did they call 3 seconds?
Yeah.
3 seconds, okay. 3 seconds in the lane on Southeast Polk.
That's by my count, the third time they've been called for that.
Yeah, and you don't see that a lot.
No. It just goes to show that there's a lot on these girls' minds right now, and there's just a lot of intensity in this game. Sometimes your mind will slip like that.
Reeker with it. She's hit a couple threes. Now back up top to Maggie Hall. And they tried to go in to Brown, and she draws the foul.
Well, I ultimately don't like the foul there. The aggression is exactly what you're going to need to do.
And that's Larkin's third. She'll stay in there, though, because she's come back a little bit here. Had a couple points she's got just 6. She averages about 23. Reeker looked at the three, pulls it up.
You know, Larkins has been really big off the glass tonight. She may have only 6 points, but she has helped in every other facet of the game right now, and I think that's why Coach is leaving her in.
Dribbled penetration. Now she stops and looking for somebody. Reeker for three. Good! Meredith Reeker with her third three.
The best players step up in the most key situations.
Three the other way, no good. Rebound comes down to Grace Plummer. Off the miss by Elliott. Reeker feeling it. She was out there. Every time she touches that ball, she's looking at the 3 first.
You know, Southeast Polk, they're really on their toes. They're jittery right now defensively. You give a good pump fake and find a way to dribble into the lane there. Plummer's been doing great about that. This whole team, really. You find that easily here, and you could extend that lead, and you could take control of this game theoretically from there.
Maggie Hall with it, hands it off to Reeker. Reeker drives in all the way to the hole, misses it. Rebound put back up, no good by Brown. Oh, that was almost thrown away.
That was close if you were Southeast Polk for sure.
Larkins, left-hander up, no good. Partially blocked by Plummer. She comes away with it.
Again, you talked about it. You know, Valley's been double teaming her all night, and it's been hard. But ultimately, I think she should use the fact that they're double teaming her to find a way to penetrate it elsewhere.
Knocked away, but kept alive by Honnold. Larkins on her. She gets it off to Plummer.
And with no shot clock here, you might want to play a little bit of the waiting game.
Oh, nice cut to the basket, up and good by Alex Honnold.
Then again, if you can make that work, go ahead and take that all day.
Yeah, if you could get that cut to the bucket. 7-point lead, going to take a timeout. Southeast Polk, we'll take a break, come back after this on CISN.TV.
We might not always know what the day will bring, but some things are certain. The sun will rise, and your lights will go on. That's because at MidAmerican Energy, we're obsessively, relentlessly committed to providing you energy when and where you need it, to connecting with you and keeping our communities safe and strong. Because the most important thing we put our energy into is you. We're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Back here at Valley High School, the Tigers have built it back up to a 7-point lead after Southeast Polk had tied it up. And Andrew Downs, they just, we're talking about they couldn't find anything. They were outside, and all of a sudden that cut inside by Honnold, and they got the big bucket to extend the lead.
And that's exactly how you want to draw it up right there, too. Valley's first half was very methodical. It was very good about not making mistakes here. Credit to Southeast Polk. They have forced Valley's hand a lot the second half, and that's what's made it so close.
Here's Southeast Polk with the ball. Stewart, they're out on her. She's hit a couple threes. Now back over to Elliott. Drive, and offensive foul will be called on Brooklyn Daly.
Daly, for the most part, has the size advantage most of the time here, and she has it tonight. But if you're Valley, that's how you take that away right there.
Now we're going to see full court pressure here by Southeast Polk as they trail. They're going to try to get a turnover, and Tracy Daly now calls a timeout. She wants to reset that defense a little bit.
If I'm Coach Daly, it's all about the pace. Keep the tempo on your side, because you get the tempo, you get more opportunities on the backcourt and the front court. This easily could turn around in their favor, but they just have to keep that tempo.
Yeah, 1-3 or, a shot. That offensive foul didn't help them there, but, it's still plenty of time left. But the trouble is, too, Valley's very good with handling the ball and working it up. So just 4 fouls on Southeast Polk. They might have to foul a couple here to get it up into the bonus. Or they could get a turnover on the inbound as they pressure there, and a foul call that was almost had Maddie Brown trapped down there, but they called a foul on Brooklyn Daly.
And that'll be her third by our count. And at this point, 2:21 left in the game.
Yeah.
You can kind of give and take that way and keep her in the game.
Daly, and Stewart all have 3 fouls, but as you say, the time. Now there's a trap up top, and Joe Segrist calls a timeout for the bench to avoid the turnover there.
Here at Coach Daly, I'm saying don't be too aggressive on this.
Full timeout. We'll take a break. Be back right after this on CISN.TV.
Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee, Schottenkirk Ford Indianola, representing Iowa's top 2 selling brands, are combining for one giant sales event. Save big in Waukee. New Silverado 1500 4x4, $36,990, $486 per month. New 2020 Equinox LT, $23,999, $316 per month. All new and pre-owned vehicles marked with one low price. Save big in Indianola. New Ford F-150 Crew Cab 4x4, $36,499, $480 per month. New Ford Escape, $18,499, $243 per month. Let the power of 2 work for you. Schottenkirk Chevrolet Waukee, Schottenkirk Ford Indianola.
Here's to everyone who believes in competition and good sportsmanship, who knows it's not about the trophies or the medals, but rather the lessons learned. For those who understand, it's not whether you win or lose, just that you give your best. So go ahead, lace them up, take the field, have fun, and play. For the experience, for the memories, for the love of the game. Shields.
2:15 to go. We got a good one here at Valley. The Tigers with the ball, leading by 7. They're in the white, and they'll throw it in. And Southeast Polk is going to have to come up. Got to foul a little bit here. There's a poke away. Don't have to foul if you get the steal. Larkins goes up and gets the bucket. Her first bucket of the second half.
And that was key. A lot of times girls can get a little loose with that shot, and they can go right off the backboard. So ultimately that was a good job being focused.
And that, Brooklyn Daly, her 4th, which is 16 foul. They got one more to give before they're in the bonus here trailing, but Brooklyn Daly can't be the one that gets it because she'll be done.
And I don't know if that was necessarily a great foul for her to have right there either.
Pressure, there's Daly coming in, got her trapped at the baseline, and Joe Segrist calls a timeout, as that had to be close to a 5 count down there.
Oh, it was getting extremely close. And Coach Segrist made the right call right there. Didn't necessarily, you could tell he did not want to take a timeout at this point, but that was a smart choice.
I think what you said in the pregame was right. These two teams are going to be battling because it's going to make a little statement if they do meet on that tournament trail. We're seeing that right now. Boom, boom, right head to head. They're going right at it here, aren't they?
Exactly. And, if they see each other another time, my guess is these might be more aggressive. The teams might be even more aggressive because if you can find a way to eliminate some of these players or just limit their production, Larkin so far in this game hasn't been offensively a huge factor, and for Southeast Polk has struggled at times because of that.
A 5-point lead. Southeast Polk has battled back. They had it tied, and then Valley pulled back out again as we get ready to come out of the timeout. It'll be Valley's ball, and we're going to see full court pressure once again, I imagine, out of Southeast Polk. The next foul will have Valley in the 1-and-1.
So this will be one of those strategic points where you got to find out who's the best person to foul in this point.
And up the court is Honold. She somehow got the ball between the double team up to Reeker, and Reeker gets bumped. And you look at it, Reeker shooting, there's not a bad free throw shooter really in those top 5 up there.
Five Valley Tigers are shooting over 75% on the season right now. So for Southeast Polk, this is a really tight situation for them to be in, especially with 1:44 left.
Reeker will get the one.
Looks like I think she stepped over the line. The ref kept pointing at that line, so she had stepped over it and violated.
So a lane violation, so she doesn't get the one, and then a kick.
Even though that right there doesn't give you the ball back as Valley, it's still, again, stops Southeast Polk.
Yeah. So 1:42 to play. Larkins with it. Over to Stewart. Across the top to Larkin. She'll put up the 3. No good. Rebound battled for down there. Pulled out of there is Chappell. And then she throws Stewart down and almost stepped on her head. I don't think anything wild there.
Well, that looks to be Stewart's, I believe, 4th foul of the game, if I'm not mistaken there. Again, with 1:27 left, how much does that hurt in the long run? But
did they give that to?
Well, it looks like they didn't give it to her.
I'm not sure who they gave it to, but they'll send Chapel to the line for the 1-on-1. She hits the front end.
You know, free throws haven't come into play a lot in this game so far, but late here, Valley, if you can just hit those free throws, that's going to keep this cushion.
And she gets the second one. Puts the lead up to 7 again. Over the top, Stewart looks at the three. She'll drive. Back out to Larkins. They need a shot. Pass that one up. Here's a three. No good. Rebound comes off the side of the angle of the basket there.
And that was that was so close because Elliott just mishandled the ball right there with a wide open shot.
Here's Plummer. They throw it up in the middle to Maggie Hall. She'll go down. Nice dish off to Reeker. Can't get it to go. Stewart gets fouled on the rebound. And that was just a frustration foul there, I think.
And ultimately, Valley, they have some wiggle room here. They have some fouls to give, and this is one of those that's just their 3rd team foul right now. So ultimately, if you're Valley, I think you can be aggressive here.
Yeah, Plummer with the foul. Throw it over the top. On the drive, and off her leg, it'll go out. Riley Cruzy.
A lot of these shots, obviously, with time running down, are going to be rushed, but as much as you can for Southeast Polk, you don't run into a double team like that. Try and find and kick out, and that's just not going to win you here.
Bounce pass into Plummer. She gets away to Honnold. He'll dribble up to Haley Chapel, and Chapel will get fouled by Larkins, which is number 4 on her. And number 8 on the team. And send Chapel to the free throw line, where she is hitting 77%. Hits the front end there.
And the volume has been there for Chapel here. Coming into this game, she had 35 attempts, so she knows how to hit the free throws, and she knows how to do it in volume.
Second one is good.
Southeast Polk here, at this point, you're going to have to try and shoot it up here from perimeter.
Daly for 3. Down to 6. Running out of time, though. They got to get a stop. And it's taken away. Larkins drives, puts it up, no good, and the foul will be called. So about the last thing Valley wanted to do was foul him and stop the clock and let him score.
Especially an 84% free throw shooter on the season. It's ultimately, I'm sure they didn't go out there and decide that's what we're going to do, but man, that's a worst case scenario for them.
Larkins to the line, misses the first free throw. She's got 8 points, averaging 20, almost 23. But she's been double and triple teamed all night. Second one is through.
Now she's nearing 100 free throws made on the season so far, but it would have been nice for her to make 2 of those.
Quick grab by J.C. Elliott. That's her 4th in the 10th team foul. That means double bonus from here on out. Reeker will step to the line.
And it'll be interesting because you look at who has 4 fouls, 3 fouls. A lot of their perimeter shooters for Southeast Polk have up to 4 fouls, so we make it there. But that's going to be an interesting point here going forward. You need a 3 here. You need 3-point buckets, but how aggressive do you be on the defensive end then?
Because somebody's going to foul out, and it won't matter so much if Valley keeps hitting those free throws. They call a timeout. Let's keep it right here as we talk about this. And let's see, 2, 4, 6 free throws for Valley here. Really kind of doing what they needed to you know, they survived that run where Southeast Polk came back and tied it, and then they were able to get a 3, and then Reeker hit a 3, and then that cut inside by Honnold to kind of up that lead, and that just kind of got Southeast Polk back doubting themselves, I think, a little bit.
Yeah, and they got back to what was working for them in the first half. The majority of Valley's shots in this quarter have been inside, have been down low, and they've been getting dirty. They're finding a way to get the score or get the foul. And ultimately, we've seen the foul count now draw up for Southeast Polk. And, you know, Valley's in a good spot right now. If Southeast Polk fouls out some of their top shooters, the offense starts to wither away then.
So let's see. Grace Larkins has 4. Brooklyn Daly has 4. J.C. Elliott has 4. Jessica Stewart has 3. So here comes Southeast Polk. Going to need a miracle here. Long 3, no good. Rebound comes out. Reeker taps it back. Throw it up ahead. And that'll be Stewart with her 4th.
Again, not necessarily someone that you love going to the free throw line if you are Southeast Polk.
Maggie Hall hits it. Yeah, she's hitting what?
Roughly 65%.
65%, not bad. She's got to 6 points now. Make it 7.
And again, the free throws keeping Southeast Polk at a distance here.
And final shot off at the buzzer. And Valley ends up 52-43 win here over Southeast Polk. Valley goes to 14-7 on the year. Southeast Polk falls to 17-4, and unable to break that losing skid that they have here. And we'll take a break. We'll come back, wrap up the stats on this one, and then we'll have a special guest between games here coming up on CISN.TV.
Central Bank, proud to be a long-standing Iowa tradition. Founded in 1887 in Storm Lake, we've grown over the years from that one location to a bank serving northwest and central Iowa, employing more than 200 people in the region. Being here and being from here, it makes central bankers unique in the banking world. Decisions are made here. Investments of our time and resources are made here. For us, banking is still about people. Our reverence for community and hard work speaks to a proud Iowa heritage. Our passion for small business to bold new directions forward for our bank and the Iowans we serve. Thank you for your support of Central Bank. Let's keep it going. Let's plan together. Let's execute for Iowa's small business, agricultural, and individual banking customers. Central Bank is ready to make it happen. Member FDIC.
Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee, Schottenkirk Ford Indianola, representing Iowa's top 2 selling brands, are combining for one giant sales event. Save big in Waukee. New Silverado 1500 4x4, $36,990, $486 per month. New 2020 Equinox LT, $23,999, $316 per month. All new and pre-owned vehicles marked with one low price. Save big in Indianola. New Ford F-150 Crew Cab 4x4, $36,499, $480 per month. New Ford Escape, $18,499, $243 per month. Let the power of 2 work for you. Schottenkirk Chevrolet Waukee, Schottenkirk Ford Indianola.
Moms typically get to make a majority of the healthcare decisions for their family. That can be a lot of pressure, but not for me, because I know the choice is ours. For medical tests like MRIs, X-rays, CAT scans, and of course mammograms, ask your doctor to refer you to Iowa Radiology. They work around our hectic schedules, they're the best at what they do, and they're so great with my family. They truly care, and it shows. Visit iowaradiology.com or call to schedule an appointment. Iowa Radiology, our focus is your good health.
Here at Valley High School, the final in the girls matchup tonight, 52-43. Southeast Polk came back, had it tied, but Valley held them off. Let's run down the scoring for Southeast Polk. Brooklyn Daly with 15, 9 for Grace Larkins, 8 for Jessica Stewart, 5 for Brooke Woodyard, 3 for J.C. Elliott, and 3 for Riley Cruzy. For Valley, they were led by Meredith Reeker, 13 points, including 3 threes in the second half. 12 for Alex Honnold, 7 for Grace Plummer, 9 for Maddie Brown off the bench, good points for her, 7 for Maggie Hall, and 4 for Haley Chappell. 17-13 Valley after one, 31-24 at the half, 37-33 at the third, and 52-43 the final here, Andrew. And again, Southeast Polk right there, never got them get too far away. They headed up to double digits once, but just another frustrating as they're trying to find that, get back over the hump and back on the winning track here.
Yeah, and you got to wonder as a coaching staff what's this going to do for the mentality of the players going forward. You hope that they can bounce back mentally just as physically. And it is kind of tough because ultimately I think the good thing is there's a great chance that you'll see them again. So I think that's the big message from Coach is, we'll probably see them again. We'll get another chance, and that chance more than likely will be the one to go to state. So don't hang your head. This is a good Valley team, and you made your comeback. You tried to make that comeback, and it just fell a little short tonight.
Alrighty, well, let's do this. We'll take a break, and we'll come back. We'll have a special guest here between games coming up after this on CISN.TV.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore. It's cold outside, and that means it's fireplace season. And you need one of the brand new Heat and Glow gas fireplace inserts. They're the perfect retrofit for that old wood-burning fireplace that you're not using. You get beautiful flames, you get heat, you get easy operation, and they're all brand new Heat and Glow gas fireplace inserts. Please come see us, Fireplace Superstore, 109th and Douglas in Urbandale.
We might not always know what the day will bring, but some things are certain. The sun will rise and your lights will go on. That's because at MidAmerican Energy, we're obsessively, relentlessly committed to providing you energy when and where you need it, to connecting with you and keeping our communities safe and strong. Because the most important thing we put our energy into is you. We're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Here at Valley High School, we're in between ball games here. The girls' half of the doubleheader. Valley held off Southeast Polk 52-43, and you never know who you're going to find out watching basketball games. Jean Berger here from the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. How you doing?
Good. Just watching a little basketball as we roll into postseason.
Yeah, you got some of these brackets all set up,
Oh,
so
yeah.
you got to be. You feel pretty good once they're all set, and you know what's going to happen then.
Yeah. Well, at least we got them set, and then if somebody disagrees with it, they can show us how we were wrong on the court.
But I think that it's worked out pretty well. The teams that are
Yeah.
should be there
Yeah.
get there,
Yeah.
and it works out pretty well in the end, doesn't it?
Well, we're pretty transparent about how we do it.
Mm-hmm.
I always say if the newspaper and media people can figure it out, how hard can it be? But, basically, if you're in the rankings, we protect our top teams. And so then we do it geographically. And so, you can pretty much look and try to figure out 1 or 2, 3 regions you're going to be in. And, we're not going to move somebody from the east all the way to play somebody in the west. It's geographic. And so you can kind of figure it out if you pay attention.
I'm still trying to figure out if that was a good comment about the media figuring. No, I get to see a lot of 5A here, and we have probably a generational player over in Dowling, but we have all kinds of great players. And every night you come out and you never know. In this 5A, I don't get to see a lot of the other classes, but I know you probably get out and see some of those. But just the competition is just. It's gotten so much better overall, I think, across the classes.
And it really, really makes it harder to distinguish, So, clearly City High right now is 1 and Dowling is 2. I think most people would agree on that. But then you go 3 through 12 and really, what do you do?
Yeah.
Luckily we have head-to-head. People understand head-to-head. If I beat you,
yeah.
Well,
and then Southeast Polk here, that's their third game, but that's unusual, and then you can see a team like Valley. We knew they were young. They lost a great player, but the thing we have is good coaching
Yes.
and good players, and it all washes out and comes out good, doesn't it?
And it's the thing about girls basketball, it is still very much a team game. Even though Caitlin Clark can carry, there is still a place for 5 girls working together, and coming together and making a team and being successful. So it's not so much always about the star power.
Talking about girls and coming together in the team, I've been kind of watching that movie. Is it New Providence about the 6-on-6? I'm kind of interested to see how about the last season on 6-on-6 and taking back that sounds like that might be an interesting thing just to kind of take a look back at the history and things.
Well, there's 2 girls union staff members starring in that game.
Oh, there are?
Oh. Lisa Brinkmeyer plays a coach.
Oh.
And Jason Esslinger is the official scorer in one of the things. And they're actually current girls high school players playing it. Yeah, I think it'll be great. I'm hoping that they will actually show the movie during the state basketball tournament.
Oh, that'd be cool.
And people could actually go and see. Last year at the 100th state basketball tournament, we had a 6-on-6 exhibition game just to show people what it was like when it was played, because it's been a long time.
Well, yeah, it's my era when.
Mine too.
Mine too. But the thing I think I like that you've done, you've kind of got back and kept some of that pageantry when you get down to the state tournament, and you with the T-shirts that you give out and the other things, and anything new you can kind of give us a preview we won't tell anybody about that's coming up for the tournament?
Oh, gosh, I'm trying to think what's new because I've probably been thinking about it so long. It's old. I think one of the things we're going to expand on a little bit, one of the things we started last year was we did a players' lounge.
Mm-hmm.
And so they can come out on the floor, sit in this lounge, comfortable chairs, get something to drink, some healthy snacks. It's their championship. So we're going to expand on that a little bit and try to make it an experience. That's coming to Des Moines and playing in the state tournament is still very, very important to the Iowa girl.
Yeah, I again following some of these teams, and I think, well, Valley's there every year, but you see it, and you realize. No, it isn't. It's a new thing every year, and it means something to get that banner and to go to the Wells Fargo.
They love it. It's important. It's an important part of the history of the game. I mean, their grandmothers. They have grandmothers who played.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of a generational thing. So it's still one of the best championships.
Yeah, and I still have old classmates in that where. Yeah, remember when we'd win our girls' game and then you guys would lose the boys? I said, I remember. The crowds were always bigger for the girls and then the boys. It wasn't. You don't have to remind me of that. I know that all too well. What other things you got going on now?
Oh, we're getting right into bowling.
Yeah, that's it.
State bowling will be, then we'll go right into basketball. And then, then it's springtime, man. And we've got track and tennis and golf and soccer and so really busy. We're looking at classification and trying to figure out, should we make some changes in how we classify our teams for postseason? We have 5 classes now. There's some talk about socioeconomic. There's some talk about private public. How is it that the 5A schools only have 40 teams and they only have to win 2, and our 1As have 110 and they've got to win 4. So just conversation, just how can we get better? How can we keep moving forward?
Where's the bowling going to be held in?
It's in Waterloo at Cadillac Lanes.
Okay.
Yep, 3 days, 3 classes. It's a great championship. Have you never been to bowling?
I spent many a day in the nursery at Cadillac Lanes. My mom and aunts bowled on a league there when I was just a wee tyke, so I know.
It is. It's a great championship because even though there's an individual component, everybody cheers. So last year there was a young man, boys and girls co-ed championship, of course. The boy was rolling a perfect game, and everybody just stopped to watch him. It was great. It's a good championship, and it reaches a part of our student population that maybe they don't play a lot of other sports. This is their one thing that they really shine at. Mm-hmm.
And if people want to know about times and all that, go to your
website.
Go to our
website.
It's all there.
Yep.
Or go on the social media and that. Absolutely. It's all up to date.
Yep.
Jean, we appreciate you taking some time
Thank
out to talk with you, and we'll see you over at the Well pretty soon.
Absolutely, Dar. Thank you so much.
Quick. Jean Berger, the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. We'll take a break and come back with more after this on CISN.TV.
Here's to everyone who believes in competition and good sportsmanship, who knows it's not about the trophies or the medals, but rather the lessons learned. For those who understand, it's not whether you win or lose, just that you give your best. So go ahead, lace them up, take the field, have fun, and play. For the experience, for the memories, for the love of the game. Shields.
Why do I look for the seal? It's about trust. Whether I'm buying a car, hiring a contractor, finding a tax preparer, or an honest mechanic, the Better Business Bureau seal means this business meets high standards. When I see the seal, I know I'll get what I pay for. No more taking chances and no more worries. And I feel good about supporting local businesses. My life is so much easier knowing I can always trust BBB accredited businesses. It pays to look for the seal. See for yourself at bbb.org/Iowa.
Central Bank, proud to be a long-standing Iowa tradition. Founded in 1887 in Storm Lake, we've grown over the years from that one location to a bank serving northwest and central Iowa, employing more than 200 people in the region. Being here and being from here, it makes central bankers unique in the banking world. Decisions are made here. Investments of our time and resources are made here. For us, banking is still about people. Our reverence for community and hard work speaks to a proud Iowa heritage. Our passion for small business to bold new directions forward for our bank and the Iowans we serve. Thank you for your support of Central Bank. Let's keep it going. Let's plan together. Let's execute for Iowa's small business, agricultural, and individual banking customers. Central Bank is ready to make it happen. Member FDIC.
Back here to CISN TV. It is Valley and Southeast Polk getting ready for the boys game coming up here in just a matter of seconds as we start to wind down the regular season here for the 2019-20 campaign. Again, Valley going up against Southeast Polk. And another good matchup of these teams. Valley comes in 13-5 on a 6-game winning streak. 11-7 for the Rams, coming off of two losses to Waukee and Johnston here. And they are now starting the first of their 3 road games to cap off the season. And it looks to be an exciting one here as we bring back Dar into the mix.
Yes, it seemed dry in here. I had to go get some more water, but I don't know, maybe it's just...
you step in one end of this stadium here, and it's cold, and then you sit where we are, and it seems like it's
warm.
hot.
Yeah, you got people coming in, but
it's all over the place. It keeps it interesting.
All right, we're ready for starting lineups here, I think, aren't we?
Oh yes, we're getting ready.
Caleb Creer. Ty Walker.
For Southeast Polk, number 12, junior
Tate Goodman.
And for Valley, number 14, senior
Drew Yerrick for Valley.
For the Rams, number 13, junior Dominic
Caggiano.
And for the Tigers, number 20, senior
Trajan Thornton for Valley.
For Southeast Polk, number 31, junior
Chase Bartlett.
And for Valley, number 30, senior
Jake Auer for Valley.
Rams, number 42, junior Caleb Daniels. And for the Valley Tigers, number 44, sophomore Eli Raridan.
Caleb Daniels and Eli Raridan. BJ Windhorst, the head coach for Valley. Alan Jenkins, the head coach for Southeast Polk. Well, what are our keys here?
Well, I think it's similar to what we see in the girls' game, and ultimately for Southeast Polk, it's your pace of play. Can you keep things up? Can you keep it in your favor? Ultimately, Southeast Polk, they're not the they're not going to overshoot you for sure. 38% from three, 46% from the floor. But this is a team that can be sneaky, and if you let them own the paint, then they will for you. So I think Raritan's going to have to be key for Valley in this one to make sure that you keep Southeast Polk to a one-trick pony.
And they did a good job of keeping Waukee out of the lane the other night. They were down 18 and came all the way back. So we'll see how this plays out here tonight. Tap back Valley in the white uniforms. They'll start out with the ball. Ty Walker with it. Auer dribbles into the middle, loses the handle, and it's picked up.
That's a pretty good start there if you're Southeast Polk, and you try and keep Bauer as at bay as you can. That's a tough task for any team, but ultimately a double team is what we're probably going to see a whole lot of here tonight from Southeast Polk.
Yeah, Caleb Daniels picked that one up. Drive in and kick it back out.
You see Valley really tight towards the paint right now, and you go in and you get burnt.
Picked off up ahead, up and good by Ty Walker. So Valley gets on the board first.
Nice job with the breakaway there, finding the easy route to pick it off and then go for the hoop.
Around the top, over on the baseline. Here's a three, no good. Rebound taken down by Auer for Valley. Ty Walker back to Auer. Man-to-man defense here by Southeast Polk.
Valley's really looking to slow this down a little bit early on here.
Well, Southeast Polk sagging in the middle. There's offensive foul will be called against Raritan.
That one was kind of tough because Raritan was in the air. That was one of those mid-motion air that you just get, and it was unfortunate. I mean,
he had to go get that ball, and he came down, and the defender was there. But yeah, that's one of those calls. You're right. It was kind of a tough position for him. This is a three. Had to wait to see. Chase Bartlett, he really had a good game the other night against Waukee.
And Bartlett's going to be a big key factor here in tonight's game if Southeast Polk wants to just keep up and try and grab the win here tonight.
Lets the traffic go by. Urick throws it across. There's the three, no good. Rebound by Raritan, no good. Urick puts it back up, no good. Raritan tries to pull it out of there, draws the foul. So Valley crashing the boards early on here.
If you're Southeast Polk, you just gave up 3 opportunities to grab the rebound right there, and that's going to drive any coach mad. And now then
you end up with a foul out of it
too.
Dominic Caggiano, team's first. Out to Ty Walker, wide open for 3, hits it. And he's got all 5 of Valley's points to open it up here.
And he is he's been getting the looks here across the state and from a lot of colleges lately, and rightfully so. He's a guy that can manage a game really well and take control.
So over and back, a little pressure by Valley forces the turnover. And here they come. Auer gets it off to Thornton. Now into Raritan there. He backs in, now tries to bounce it back out. Good recovery by Southeast Polk there. And great movement on the defense and really didn't give him a passing lane there.
And that's just textbook right there. That's what can happen if you keep the passing lanes closed, really get them frustrated offensively, and that's the key to really winning any game. And certainly if the hardest part about it is keeping consistent and doing it the whole game.
James Glenn in for Southeast Polk. On the drive, hop step up and good by Chase Bartlett. So far it's the Ty Walker, Chase Bartlett one-on-one show here, and we're tied at 5.
And Bartlett's not even the leading scorer for Southeast Polk this year, and ultimately Bartlett's averaging just around 9.5 per game. So
Walker on the drive, and he'll draw the foul. They go against Caleb Creer. His first and the second team foul. Walker to the line, hits it. And he's 82%er there, just about 82%, not too shabby from the free throw line.
He is just a classic, nice shooter. He's got a great form here, and he was one of those you want in crunch time.
Got a little bit of jump there, too. We saw him get up in the air on that drive, and he gives him back a 2-point lead here, breaks the tie. Three is good.
That was a deep three. The coach went, no. Okay, I'll take that. And now you see, again, a good defense from the Southeast Polk, but here's Raritan, and that's ultimately that's his job right there, to kind of break him down low.
Raritan gets the bucket up and good, then gets the lead back to Valley. 9-8. Now take it away by the Tigers. Back the other way. A little high off there. Raritan battling for the rebound. And I think he might get. Is he going to get called for the foul? Yep.
Yeah, it will be Southeast Polk's ball.
Yeah, Raritan kind of undercut a little bit there. Or no, they're going to give that to Walker. Okay. I thought they called Reardon for coming underneath.
It looked like it because he did cut underneath, and he was right in the middle of that action there. I think Ty Walker
must got him on the arm.
Yes. For Southeast Polk, you don't have an advantage size-wise, maybe height-wise, but Reardon, man, he's a force down there. So how can you get production in the paint here? Ultimately, that's something that you have to do.
No good. A rebound by Valley. Jumper up, no good. Rebound comes off to Southeast Polk. Mayu Jock with it. Three, no good. And a foul is going to be called, I think, on Caggiano.
Out of the 5 shots that they have taken for Southeast Polk, it's been one player to take the majority of those shots here. So if I'm Southeast Polk, where your strength lies and your shooters lie, but I think a little diversity in the shot selection might help them out going forward.
A little rough offensively, both sides getting started in this ball game so far here, seems like.
It's definitely a little bit of a physical contest, and that's going to be exciting for fans going forward.
Reardon, nice little drive and the little right-handed, I don't know, call that a sky hook or?
The little Kareem Abdul-Jabbar right there.
Yeah. Valley up to a 3-point lead. Pull it back out. Will Jones. Valley I'm open, I'll try the 3. Misses it, Reardon gets the rebound. Valley cleaning off the boards.
You got to be careful of your Southeast Polk about what shots you take there, and that's...
I was say, he ought to tightrope that. Well, he didn't quite do that. Will Jones, it'll go back to Valley.
It seemed like the Valley player was kind of concerned about who had touched the ball last. He was watching it go instead of picking that ball up.
So again, a little rough start here. Nobody's really got on a big string. And Valley with it. Screen up high now into Reardon, and as he turns, he gets fouled by Will Jones, I believe. Yep. Already the 4th team foul here on Southeast Polk with about 2 minutes to play in the first quarter.
And you got to be careful because there's a lot of good free throw shooters on this Valley team, and free throws are the easiest way to start padding that lead.
Reardon in, back out for 3, no good. Rebound ripped down by Mayu Jock. Up top, they rotated over to Glenn. Now crossed. No, left it a little short, and then it came down. Oh, and it'll go back to Valley. It was weird. It came down off the back of Auer and started to go out of bounds. Southeast Polk tried to save it, and it hit the end line. So lucky bounce for Valley.
Lucky bounce indeed. Valley kind of getting the chance to just reset here a little bit. You know, Auer hasn't had as much action early on in this game, and that may be why Valley hasn't been off to the greatest of starts. But, you know, luckily they do have Walker.
And now taken back by Southeast Polk.
And it just doesn't seem like either team has a comfort level right now.
Knocked away, but Will Jones keeps it. James Glenn almost throws it away, and then Ty Walker was a half step from going the other way with it. And he gets the foul. Third team foul.
You know, they bring in Christensen, more of a defensive specialist for Valley, and you know, that shows me right now that they're really putting a lot of emphasis on the defensive side here for the rest of this quarter.
Yeah, the last few seconds here.
Is if you keep the score and your momentum now, Valley is good about chipping away. We see it against Waukee. We saw it twice, how they were good at keeping some of the better players at bay and keeping the score on their side.
Tight defense on Bartlett. He gets it up to James Glenn. And Glenn's got to start dribbling. He's going to get the 5 count. He finally does. Valley not just letting them dribble it out there. They're coming out to contest. Tried to get a screen there from Jock. He does. Stop and go, and then he gets a push. And the foul.
That was good patience there offensively by Southeast Polk. Keep drawing in the defenders, and ultimately that's how you draw in the foul there. And you know, Southeast Polk at times have been, throughout the season, has been really good about drawing in the fouls and really putting the other team in trouble.
Truman Morse with the foul. There's a 3, no good. Rebound, put back up. Oh, that one almost went at the buzzer as Creer threw it up toward the bucket, but Valley will take a 11-8 lead into the second quarter. We'll be back with that after this on CISN.TV.
Moms typically get to make a majority of the healthcare decisions for their family. That can be a lot of pressure, but not for me, because I know the choice is ours. For medical tests like MRIs, X-rays, CAT scans, and of course mammograms, ask your doctor to refer you to Iowa Radiology. They work around our hectic schedules. They're the best at what they do, and they're so great with my family. They truly care, and it shows. Visit iowaradiology.com or call to schedule an appointment. Iowa Radiology. Our focus is your good health.
Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee, Schottenkirk Ford Indianola, representing Iowa's top 2 selling brands, are combining for one giant sales event. Save big in Waukee. New Silverado 1500 4x4, $36,990, $486 per month. New 2020 Equinox LT, $23,999, $316 per month. All new and pre-owned vehicles marked with one low price. Save big in Indianola. New Ford F-150 Crew Cab 4x4, $36,499, $480 per month. New Ford Escape, $18,499, $243 per month. Let the power of 2 work for you. Schottenkirk Chevrolet Waukee, Schottenkirk Ford Indianola.
We'll go to the second quarter. Valley up by 3. Southeast Polk will have the ball. One thing I like is the schools that bring out the pep band for basketball, Andrew. It's always fun.
You always got to love that brassy sound there. It really makes the night for sure. There's a lot of techno music, a lot of music out there that just...
Glenn shoots it high and misses, and Reardon gets yet another rebound. He's got to have at least a half dozen so far here.
And that's been the biggest key ultimately if you take a look at the possession in your favor.
Reardon misses a shot there, and then it comes off, and it'll go back to Southeast Polk.
You know, we saw in the girls' game that really when Southeast Polk had that really big stretch run, it was because they were better off the boards and allowed them better opportunities offensively. So Southeast Valley right here in the boys' game, off the boards, doing well, on the scoreboard as well.
James Glenn with it. They rotate it around. Now inside the Jock. And he takes it down on the ground, and it gets taken away. Back the other way. Pull up is good. That is one thing they tell you in the post. Do not bring it down to the short guys to let them get a hold of it.
That's why you have the height advantage right there.
Yeah.
Use it. And what a time for Howard to start into this game here.
Oh, nice look into Jock. That time misses. Rebound to Reardon again.
It's key, even when you're down low like that, to position them right underneath the basket.
Pull up and good. He got the roll. That time Howard feeling it. And Valley ups the lead here. And Southeast Polk wants a timeout. We'll take a break and come back after this on CISN.TV.
We might not always know what the day will bring, but some things are certain. The sun will rise and your lights will go on. That's because at MidAmerican Energy, we're obsessively, relentlessly committed to providing you energy when and where you need it, to connecting with you and keeping our communities safe and strong. Because the most important thing we put our energy into is you. We're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Valley with a quick 4-0 spurt here from Jake Auer to start the second quarter. They've upped their lead to 7. Dar Danielson, Andrew Downs here on CISN.TV. And offensive foul call on the screen there.
That's a little bit what we talked about earlier, just making sure if you're Southeast Polk, you got to limit those little mistakes. Because on the end, other side of things, Valley's starting to get offensively. They're getting their groove.
Put it in gear a little bit. That's a 15 foul now on Southeast Polk. Garrick looks, gets it off, now into Reardon. He'll take it into the paint, spin, and just a little too much. And Goodman with the rebound for Southeast Polk.
That's what Reardon's great at, the movement down low. He's really good about faking out deception down low, and ultimately he's one of the better postmen in the conference.
Will Jones drives, and the down official had to ask for some help, and they say it'll stay here with Southeast Polk. Kind of hard to tell. It did kind of fly out of there.
Yeah, and with his back to the out-of-bounds line, that was a very interesting call.
Oh, into the post, turnaround move up and good. Williams with the bucket.
And those are his first 2 points of the game, and I really, Malachi Williams will be one of those big key pieces.
Will Jones gets his second personal foul. And Urich to the line, hitting 50%. And he hits the first one there. Gets his first points in the night. Battle for the rebound off the miss, and Southeast Polk comes away with it. Will Jones clears him out. And he goes up, misses the shot. Reardon, who else gets the rebound? Shot up high, no good. Rebound pulled down there by Jones, and then Jones is fouled. Going back the other way.
And if you're Southeast Polk, you now are starting to see a lead creep up again here for Valley. Ultimately, Southeast Polk's not a team that's going to show you, that's going to outgun you all the time. They're going to keep with you. They're going to play more of a defensive style. Only one of the players right now on this roster has an average over 10 points per game. So for them, the big key is just to make sure to keep that deficit within the spitting distance.
Well, they've only scored 2. The thing is, Valley's only scored 5 here in the second quarter so far. It's a 6-point lead for Valley. Lob down on the block, backing in, turning, and blocked by Reardon. Back up and under, hits the bottom of the board. Reardon comes away with it. Pull up Auer, jumper, no good, and Reardon gets a foul plowing into Jock.
What you saw from Reardon right there is even if he allows you down low, it's going to be hard to find a
good angle, yeah, because when he came up, he hit underneath the bottom of the basket there, but everything Reardon did was okay until down here when he got the foul, but great defensively. He pushed it out on the break.
And ultimately, this Reardon's not a guy who will give too many of those mistakes like that. And, of course, we see him come out now for, again, the defensive specialist in here. And, you know, I think that's going to be something that Valley employs more late in quarters.
Down on the block again, up and short. And that will go to
looks like
Valley.
It'll go to Valley.
Yeah. Grandang in there. And we're halfway through the second quarter. And I don't want to say anything, but it's 16-10 here, and it was 17-13 after one quarter in the girls' game. So the pace of scoring was a little quicker in the first ball game, but
yeah. There's been a little different change of pace here in this boys' game for sure, and now it seems it's kind of almost jumped up on us, and the refs too. They're initially going to go out just out of bounds play, but now it's going to go for the free throw line.
Well, it's a 1-on-1, I guess. That slipped up. It's seventh foul now, so Dang hits it.
And, you know, Dang on the season is fairly good. He hasn't been he hasn't gotten to the line a whole lot this year. I mean, 40%, but total coming into the game just 15 attempts. So, you know, ultimately, if you're going to foul a guy, you know, this would probably be the guy for Southeast Polk.
But he makes him pay for it there with the two free throws. And it's up to an 8-point lead for Southeast Polk. Caggiano looking for a seam there. Bartlett drives in, throws it out, gets it back. Good movement. Now spin. Kick it out for three. Short. I think that might have been partially blocked out there by Reeker. And we come back the other way. Dang for three. No good. Oh, good high rebound.
What will be the biggest factor in this game for either team is the rebounding off the glass, because it's not a very fluid offense for either team.
Auer misses there. And back the other way. Elbow jumper, no good.
Yeah, so far that's been a tough.
This is just like the cold weather that moved in the other night. The shooting has all of a sudden gone way cold for both teams.
And you know what? For Southeast Polk, despite their shortcomings here on both sides of the ball, man, that's keeping them in the game.
Oh, Dang was going to pull the trigger on that three and decided not to.
You could hear Coach in the back of his head right there.
Baseline drive. Oh, and he caught the side of the rim, Reeker, and gets it to go, and that lead is now up to 10.
It's been quite the drought for Southeast Polk, and again, they're not a running gun team, so they got to find a way to get comfortable here, because they're going to be on their comfort limit soon.
Whoa, knocked away, back in, knocked away again, but they blow the whistle this time on Colby Christensen.
Again, Christensen, Reardon, who's ever down low in the post for Valley, you are not getting a clean look if you're Southeast Polk.
Might have been just a little bit too much authority where he swiped that out of there. Jock to the free throw line, misses it. It's a 1-on-1 now for both teams.
Ultimately, if you're Southeast Polk, how can you draw more contact and get the free looks to the basket? That is also going to be a huge thing, and you got to make these free throws.
Yep. Southeast Polk just 2 points in the quarter here as we're under 2 minutes. And There's a blocking foul.
That was there were a lot of bodies in that short time frame flying right there.
Yeah,
So
I didn't want to say what it was, offensive, defensive, or what, but it's on Creer. His second to 8th team foul.
And now you send a 90% free throw shooter to the line, and you've already been on quite the drought. You're getting just 2 points in this quarter.
And he hits the free throw. Hour.
And again, we see Valley starting to pick up a little bit. You know, it is kind of a cold night overall for both teams, but you know, Southeast Polk, this has to be a time where you move the ball a little bit more. I don't think that they're as fluid with the ball movement. I don't think opportunities are opening up for them, and half of it's their fault.
And he hits both free throws. It makes it a 12-point lead here with the first half winding down. Southeast Polk just one basket, 2 points in the second quarter. And that one's not going to go. Rebound battled for it, and they come away with it. Truman Morse for Valley. Tigers up quickly. There's the three. No good. Rebound underneath. Urich gets it back. Christensen up and good. Colby Christensen off the assist from Drew Urich.
It's again the rebounds. They're giving Valley the opportunities that Southeast Polk does not.
Yeah, that's just no second chances off the board there. And you got Christensen in there. He comes in for Reardon, and you don't lose anything size-wise or rebounding-wise, doesn't appear.
And you get, again, another good defender. And ultimately what Valley is doing is they're not just limiting him to a one-trick pony. They're limiting them to nothing right now. It is hard, and it is ultimately Southeast Polk's strength right now is keeping teams low, keeping them within striking distance, and that's how that's their bread and butter, and Valley's keeping them well outside of their comfort zone right now.
24-10 here. Out of the timeout, it'll be Southeast Polk's ball.
And if you're Southeast Polk, James Glenn has to get going. He just hasn't been a major factor, nor has Bartlett so far in this game.
Jones gets it off to Glenn. Caggiano. He'll drive in. Offensive foul.
Yeah, it looks like an offensive charge.
Yep.
You leave your feet like that and you come down. We saw that with Reardon. He left his feet, came down, ran right into the Southeast Polk player.
3 on Caggiano. So he'll go take a seat and probably for the rest of the half here, and Tate Goodman will come in.
You know, he's the most aggressive guy that we've seen so far this game. So now you're losing a little bit more aggression for Southeast Polk, and you got to find a way. They're forcing you outside. They're forcing you, Valley is, to find a way to hit from the perimeter.
Yeah, they haven't found anybody who could shoot it outside yet. Oh, quick pass to Christensen, a little too much.
It was a good thought there, a good look. Again, a couple inches here and there, and that would have been another highlight reel kind of play.
Yeah, Trajan Thornton had Christensen coming across there, but couldn't hit him.
If you're Southeast Polk, for me, try and find. This is the time you're trying to find that open look. Get some points here.
Glenn, but as we see there, they're extending out. Well, the shooters aren't getting a chance to catch the ball and look. Yeah, I wouldn't try to work the clock down. I just try to get a bucket like there and there. Christensen played his hand early and got the foul.
And there have only been one shot in this quarter from the perimeter for Southeast Polk. Not the greatest shooting team, 35% on the season. But, at this point, why not try something a little different? Because they've only made one bucket down low here yet in this quarter.
Daniel Jones to shoot 2. And misses that one. I don't see him with a free throw on my sheet. Do you?
I do not. I have them down as this is kind of his first action.
Or Will Jones, I'm sorry.
Will Jones.
Yeah.
I have him 71% on the year so far.
Oh, there he is. Okay, I missed his. Oh, and he misses both of them.
They missed every free throw yet this quarter, and they haven't really made one yet this game.
It's kind of throwing me out of the rhythm, too. It's like
this game is certainly giving a lot of weird vibes.
There's a three, rattles in and out, and that'll do it. That's the half. Ends up being just a 2-point half for Southeast Polk, 13 for Valley, and they'll take a 24-10 lead into halftime. We'll take a break, come back, talk about the scoring, and talk with our special guests after this on CISN.TV.
Central Bank, proud to be a long-standing Iowa tradition. Founded in 1887 in Storm Lake, we've grown over the years from that one location to a bank serving northwest and central Iowa, employing more than 200 people in the region. Being here and being from here, it makes Central Bankers unique in the banking world. Decisions are made here. Investments of our time and resources are made here. For us, banking is still about people. Our reverence for community and hard work speaks to a proud Iowa heritage. Our passion for small business to bold new directions forward for our bank and the Iowans we serve. Thank you for your support of Central Bank. Let's keep it going. Let's plan together. Let's execute for Iowa's small business, agricultural, and individual banking customers. Central Bank is ready to make it happen. Member FDIC.
We're here at halftime. Valley boys leading Southeast Polk 24-10, and you see featured twirler on the court. Dar Danielson with you. Joe Segrist, the Valley girls coach, joining us. And, well, you finished the season with a 7-0 run, Coach. That's exactly the way you want to set it up heading to the postseason, isn't it?
It is. We're playing our best basketball right now, and I told our girls before the game that's the Valley Tiger way, is keep getting better throughout the season, and just really proud of my girls.
Yeah, offensively, just a lot of movement and screening and moving the ball around, and that takes a lot of discipline to keep in that, doesn't it?
Yeah, I thought we adjusted their defense a little bit at halftime. You know, we were setting some really good screens, and they went to a zone a little bit that gave us a little bit of trouble in the third quarter, but I thought our defense really stood strong too.
Yeah, they made a run. They got it back tied there, but then I think Meredith Reeker hit a three, and then you had a couple shots just to hold them off. So you like to see that too. Keep players stepping up when you need that to hold off the run.
Yeah, I told Meredith, you know, in the first half when she had 2 quick fouls, I said, we're going to need your shots later. And she came in. I reminded her that at halftime, and she hit 3 big threes for us in the second half when they were trying to pack it in and make us shoot from the outside.
Yeah, and then Maddie Brown off the bench with 9 points. You like to see that, don't you?
Freshman again, who I keep saying our seniors are leading our freshmen. That's our 2 biggest classes in this group, and our freshmen are getting better each and every day at practice. She's one of them.
Yeah, how did you, I mean, you know, early on you took some losses. You knew, you know, trying to find the new roles and that. And how did you work with them to keep them from getting down and, you know, and not thinking, well, you know, this is a year that we're not going to do so well?
Well, I just think it's a program type team that,
yeah.
You know, we've had success. We are preaching about confidence all the time, that Valley Tigers play with confidence, and we were hurt to start the season. We played some really good teams, you know, Dowling, Johnston. They beat us pretty good, but once we had that practice time over break, we just really took off.
And go to work and just, yeah, because I know even, you know, last year you had a couple of those where you took it on the chin a couple times, but you come right back out and you work on what you need to work on then. Huh?
And that's the last thing I said to him in the pregame talk, is this is when the Valley Tigers play their best basketball. And having our girls buy into that and execute like they did tonight, I'm really proud of them.
So let's talk about it. We know postseason you'll play the winner of the Iowa City West, Cedar Rapids. You played West already, right?
Right.
And Kennedy, so then you wait on that matchup. What's the thinking? You do a little scouting of those two as you wait, or?
Yeah, they played about a week and a half ago, and Iowa City West won by about 20. So we're thinking maybe that's our matchup, but you never know. With, you know, they're about the same records, around 500. So we can't overlook that game at all. We're going to prepare for them, do some film study, and be ready to go next Saturday.
you can't look ahead, but Southeast Polk, you could possibly, they play Linn-Mar, and you could possibly meet them again. So could be a matchup of a team you know well.
I know it's going to be tough. That's a tough place to play. Southeast Polk, they bring tons of fans and their band, and it's always been a tough place to play. But I think our girls will embrace the challenge.
And just throughout the season here, I've seen in this class and this conference, we see just so many good teams that, Southeast Polk, they're on a 3-game skid, but they've really won some good games here through the season, and they get it rolling, so that it's all postseason, as you well know, who gets things going and clicking together, isn't it?
It's a funny game because you need to make shots to win games, and you have to be confident to play this game. And usually when you get down to 2 teams as good as we are, it's about who makes a couple extra shots and timely shots, and I thought our girls were ready to do that tonight.
When you sat down and set the goals to start this season, did you hit what you wanted to hit as we look at it now?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Our goal for this senior class was to be the first seniors to take 4 teams to the state tournament. And that's never been done at Valley High School. So if we're fortunate enough to win next Saturday at home, go to Southeast Polk and win that game, this senior class will do something that's never been done in 95 years here.
Wow, that's a good goal to have.
And I think we're really striving for that.
Yeah. All right, well, we appreciate it. We know you always take time, win or lose, come up and talk with us. And let's hope next time we talk is over at Wells Fargo, huh?
I'd love that. I'll be there regardless, but hopefully we'll be playing.
Yeah, we'd rather have you talking about the game instead of analyzing the games, right?
Sure. We appreciate you. Thanks.
Head coach Joe Segrist of the Valley Tigers. We'll take a break, come back with more at halftime after this on CISN.TV.
Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee, Schottenkirk Ford Indianola, representing Iowa's top 2 selling brands, are combining for one giant sales event. Save big in Waukee. New Silverado 1500 4x4, $36,990, $486 per month. New 2020 Equinox LT, $23,999, $316 per month. All new and pre-owned vehicles marked with one low price. Save big in Indianola. New Ford F-150 Crew Cab 4x4, $36,499, $480 per month. New Ford Escape, $18,499, $243 per month. Let the power of 2 work for you. Schottenkirk Chevrolet Waukee, Schottenkirk Ford Indianola.
Moms typically get to make a majority of the healthcare decisions for their family. That can be a lot of pressure, but not for me, because I know the choice is ours. For medical tests like MRIs, X-rays, CAT scans, and of course mammograms, ask your doctor to refer you to Iowa Radiology. They work around our hectic schedules, they're the best at what they do, and they're so great with my family. They truly care, and it shows. Visit iowaradiology.com or call to schedule an appointment. Iowa Radiology, our focus is your good health.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore. It's cold outside, and that means it's fireplace season. And you need one of the brand new Heat and Glow gas fireplace inserts. They're the perfect retrofit for that old wood-burning fireplace that you're not using. You get beautiful flames, you get heat, you get easy operation, and they're all brand new Heat and Glow gas fireplace inserts. Please come see us, Fireplace Superstore, 109th and Douglas in Urbandale.
We might not always know what the day will bring, but some things are certain. The sun will rise and your lights will go on. That's because at MidAmerican Energy, we're obsessively, relentlessly committed to providing you energy when and where you need it, to connecting with you and keeping our communities safe and strong. Because the most important thing we put our energy into is you. We're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
We're at halftime here. Dar Danielson, Andrew Downs run down the scoring for you in the first half for Southeast Polk. 5 for Chase Bartlett, 3 for James Glenn, and 2 for Malachi Williams. For Valley, 7 for Ty Walker, 6 for Jake Auer, 4 for Eli Raridan, 2 for Colby Christensen, 2 for Grant Reeker, 2 for Truman Morris, and 1 for Drew Yerrick. Valley led 11-8 after 24-10 at the half here. So not an offensive explosion, Andrew, by any means for either of these teams. Bad news is only 2 points for Southeast Polk in the second quarter. The good news is that you're only down 14 because lost the handle, went to that left hand. He got kind of a high bounce off the baseline there and couldn't bring it up.
You can tell he's frustrated with that, and it was an opportunity yet to score. And one of the things we talked about early was you have to capitalize when you're close to the basket. When you have a free look, you have to capitalize.
Oh, knocked away. Good quick hands there by Will Jones. Back the other way, up. Oh, an offensive. No, it's going to be a block. It'll send Chase Bartlett to the free throw line.
That was as close as you can come to not having an offensive foul. Again, it's whoever goes in the air first usually loses.
Yeah.
And that was, in that case, that was Bartlett. I guess credit to him where credit is due. He didn't pick up the foul, and he gets to shoot.
Trajan Thornton with the foul. Bartlett with the free throw.
74% from the line this year. He has had the most volume at the free throw line than anybody else on the Southeast Polk team. So, if you're going to start chipping away, now would be the time from the easiest spot you can.
Reeker comes in for Thornton as Bartlett hits the second free throw. I think Thornton might have been shaken up a little bit on that. As there's a jumper from the elbow by Reeker.
I think that was psyching yourself out at that point defensively.
He kind of faked and left him there, and Reeker just a shot from the elbow. He's got 4 now, and the lead's built up to 16. Drive, Glenn tried to reverse layup, but he hit the basket, somehow pulls it out, gets it out for 3, and that hit the stanchion back there, so it's out of bounds, but that was as close as you'll come to a 3 that wasn't.
Murphy's Law is in effect right now for Southeast Polk. What has gone wrong at times does go wrong, even if they make a basket.
Yeah, just caught the pole hanging down, and that means it's out of bounds. But otherwise, it would have been a beautiful bounce. There's a drive. Speaking of beautiful, Jake Auer. Nice drive down the lane.
That's just his 8th point. Normally when Auer only has 8 points through 3 quarters, something's wrong.
Well, Valley's just come out and kind of taken control here in the third, haven't they?
And they've been able to do it without Auer having to really drive this team.
There's a block by Reardon. Here comes Valley up the other way. Auer dribbles over, throws it down on the block, and then a foul called, reaching in.
I like the thought process there. It was basically a triple team in that instance, but ultimately that is how you're going to really take down Rodin at this point.
Caleb Daniels with the foul. First team foul there. Dribbling across. Urick over, up for 3. Ty Walker. Catch and shoot for 3.
Walker, again, a strong shooter, 35% on the season from beyond the arc, and he's just not letting up.
Southeast Polk wants a timeout with about 3 minutes gone in the third. They trail now by 21. We'll take a break, come back after this on CISN.TV.
Moms typically get to make a majority of the healthcare decisions for their family. That can be a lot of pressure, but not for me, because I know the choice is ours. For medical tests like MRIs, X-rays, CAT scans, and of course mammograms, ask your doctor to refer you to Iowa Radiology. They work around our hectic schedules, they're the best at what they do, and they're so great with my family. They truly care, and it shows. Visit iowaradiology.com or call to schedule an appointment. Iowa Radiology, our focus is your good health.
Here's to everyone who believes in competition and good sportsmanship, who knows it's not about the trophies or the medals, but rather the lessons learned. For those who understand, it's not whether you win or lose, just that you give your best. So go ahead, lace them up, take the field, have fun, and play. For the experience, for the memories, for the love of the game. Shields.
Back to action for Southeast Polk. They're trailing 21 points here, just 2 points in the quarter. There's a strip, and Dang gets the strip. And we'll go back the other way. Dang gets the strip for the Tigers.
And again, it's for Valley, they're not even at their strongest point right now. Hour hasn't been the biggest factor for them, which is good to see, because now this shows Valley and everybody, I guess, opponent-wise, that Valley's here and they have depth.
There's a bump. I think that'll go against Creer. His third. And the second team foul of the half on Southeast Polk. They lob it out to Hour for three. Oh, down and out. And Jock with the rebound.
And I think right now with this kind of a lead, you'll find that Valley will be a little bit more creative with how they shoot the ball.
Over on the wing, Creer hands it off to Glenn. Glenn drives in, got bumped a little bit, and Reardon pulls down the rebound.
They have not made a single bucket yet this quarter. Free throws have been the only thing that Southeast Polk has hung their hat on.
And that after they had just one field goal in the second quarter. So the shooting drought here, and Colby Christensen is back in, and that's not good news for Southeast Polk either, because he's been a terror down there on the boards for Valley.
And Southeast Polk.
Here's a three. Good by Reeker.
Open looks. Southeast Polk just has to be a little quicker on defense. They're not doing great off the ball screens, and it's really slowing them down.
And that time Christensen will foul Jock.
Even though that was a foul, again, what you see is if he would have shot that ball, more than likely he would have gotten some part of the rim or some part of the basket, because he was right underneath it.
I think if Christensen lays off, he got a little too anxious. He had Jock in a bad position there. And misses the free throw.
Where can you find the advantage if you're Southeast Polk? The easiest place to start is from the free throw line. When you get there, you got to capitalize.
And there, Jock got that one. Maybe that'll get something going for him here, as it's 36-13. But right back the other way. Ty Walker.
And a good job again of just ease of ball movement. It's what's happening right now for Valley, and they're kind of carefree.
Creer with the bucket.
That's exactly what they need right now. Ball movement was great right now. Off the ball movement, I think, for Southeast Polk it isn't quite there right now, and it's lacking. And Valley is just being a quicker team.
And foul on Hour. Yep.
Foul on Valley's number 30, Jake Hour,
His first. And the third team foul.
Entering the game for the Rams, number 13, Dominic Caggiano. Entering the game for Valley, number 44, Eli Reardon.
Across the top. Now on the drive, Bartlett over to Caggiano. Back to Bartlett. He'll pull up for three. No good. Rebound, Reardon.
This is a team that only averages 13 points per third quarter.
Reeker for three.
Quite the opposite here for the Tigers right now. Again, Southeast Polk, they're not going to just drastically outscore you. They are in dangerous territory right now, and they're kind of moving offensively at snail's pace.
And shot off again. It's just looking for any way to get some offense going. Auer with the dribble, pull up, good. And that's the way it goes. Everybody in Valley's feeling it. And seems like Southeast Polk can't buy a bucket at this point. And there's a turnover to Auer. He'll go up and get fouled.
I like the aggressiveness there for Southeast Polk, but honestly, one, you got to know who you're fouling.
Yeah.
Two, you got to recognize that in the first half you got hurt with the amount of fouls that you gave up early on, and a comeback attempt will not happen if you're going to give up fouls like that early.
Auer will go for the free throw line.
And 85% on the season. He's the guy that will make this turn a lot worse for Southeast Polk if they let him.
And he's got 11 points. Auer does, averages 16.
This is the same guy who has on multiple occasions hit 35, 40 points in a game. So you cannot sleep on him just because he has 11 points and 12 points in this game. It's going to, against Southeast Polk, you're just going to have to ramp things up right now.
Yeah, it's not so much defensively for them, it's offensively, trying to find something to go. And now there is a steal again. Reeker, oh, how did he get that to go? When it's working, it's working.
And it's working phenomenally. Valley can do no wrong here tonight.
10 points for Reeker in the third quarter. A full timeout. We'll take a break. Come back after this on CISN.TV.
Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee, Schottenkirk Ford Indianola, representing Iowa's top two selling brands, are combining for one giant sales event. Save big in Waukee. New Silverado 1500 4x4, $36,990, $486 per month. New 2020 Equinox LT, $23,999, $316 per month. All new and pre-owned vehicles marked with one low price. Save big in Indianola. New Ford F-150 Crew Cab 4x4, $36,499, $480 per month. New Ford Escape, $18,499, $243 per month. Let the power of two work for you. Schottenkirk Chevrolet Waukee, Schottenkirk Ford Indianola.
Why do I look for the seal? It's about trust. Whether I'm buying a car, hiring a contractor, finding a tax preparer, or an honest mechanic, the Better Business Bureau's seal means this business meets high standards. When I see the seal, I know I'll get what I pay for. No more taking chances and no more worries. And I feel good about supporting local businesses. My life is so much easier knowing I can always trust BBB accredited businesses. It pays to look for the seal. See for yourself at bbb.org/Iowa.
Here at Valley High School, Valley's outscored Southeast Polk 23-5 in the third quarter to open up a 32-point lead. Southeast Polk with the ball in the black, and there's an offensive foul. They're called Caggiano. That'll be his fourth, I think. Yep.
And that's that to me was a little bit of a silly foul that you just could not afford to give up. I mean, at this point, you're just trying to play catch up.
Yeah, you're working hard offensively, but a bad screen. Here's Reeker again. That time it doesn't go, and then a foul will be called on Dang.
You know what? It's really two things that we mentioned offensively. Southeast Polk struggling, but Valley, they're showing that they have more than just Auer and Reardon to work with, and that they can really do a lot. Christensen has really stepped up a lot this game, and we've seen a number of different players hit from the perimeter. So this is a Valley showing that come postseason time, they'll be a tough out.
And again, Reeker with 10 points here in the third quarter. And they're trying to go inside, knocked away. They'll stay with Southeast Polk. Final 38.7 seconds of the third quarter, which is
If you're Southeast Polk right now, I'd just say find a way to find a basket. Get the momentum, get something in your favor.
And offensive foul again on Will Jones.
Credit there to Valley, recognizing what Jones was doing with it, stepping up and just setting the right place.
Comes Valley with it. Weave it across the top, looking for the final shot. Ty Walker.
And with no shot clock and with this kind of a lead, I don't see them taking anything but one shot to end this quarter.
Yep, probably set it up. Reardon coming up for the screen. Down the lane, up and good. Ty Walker puts it up and good. After 3, it's 49-15. All Valley here. We'll be back with the final quarter after this on CISN.TV.
Central Bank, proud to be a long-standing Iowa tradition. Founded in 1887 in Storm Lake, we've grown over the years from that one location to a bank serving northwest and central Iowa, employing more than 200 people in the region. Being here and being from here, it makes central bankers unique in the banking world. Decisions are made here. Investments of our time and resources are made here. For us, banking is still about people. Our reverence for community and hard work speaks to a proud Iowa heritage. Our passion for small business to bold new directions forward for our bank and the Iowans we serve. Thank you for your support of Central Bank. Let's keep it going. Let's plan together. Let's execute for Iowa's small business, agricultural, and individual banking customers. Central Bank is ready to make it happen. Member FDIC.
We go to the fourth quarter here at Valley. It was all Tigers in the fourth. They outscored Southeast Polk 25-5. And it built up 49-15 lead. And there again, the story of the night right now as that one rolls out for Southeast Polk. Our pull up short. Rebound comes off to Will Jones. And they throw it away, going back the other way.
Southeast, right now for Southeast Polk, this is more of a how can we better ourselves for the next game. Right now it's not looking like there's a whole lot of great opportunities to find a way back and to win this game, but how do you find some momentum and click? Because ultimately you'll see a team like Valley in the postseason.
Over the top now inside Reardon. He spins, puts it up, short, gets his own rebound. Back up, and it'll be 2 shots. Almost got the and one, but Will Jones picks up the foul.
That's roughly what it's 8 times now that Reardon has received an offensive board in this game and gotten another chance at a shot.
First time to the free throw line tonight, and he pops the first one. He's got 7 points.
Reardon is really just a specimen to watch here on the hardwood as he makes that one, and it's really fun to watch him play night in and night out.
Down the lane, Caggiano gets fouled. By Trajan Thornton, his second. 5 on the team now, and Caggiano will go to the line. Hits the free throw, and
Caggiano normally 66% on the season. If you're coach, hey, where do you find some way to improve and help yourself out? That's the way to do it from the free throw line.
51-17. And off to Ty Walker. Looking for Auer. Over there is Thornton. Now to Reardon. And that one's on the baseline. Will Jones can't come up with it.
You know, we see both teams playing hard here. We're going to get a lot of substitutes coming on in. You know, it's been one of those nights. Southeast Polk, you want to just chalk this up to one of those rare nights. It just doesn't go down very well. Certainly this would go down as one of their worst losses of the season.
Yeah, when I talked about it at Waukee, they were, everything was moving ahead, and here maybe a step back, but that can happen too. And we talked about it in this league. You come up against some good teams, and that one
tried for the dunk there, but there, you have to get the right height on that one, and that just didn't quite happen. He got more rejected by the rim than anything.
And that one's turned over. Now Valley's going to clear the bench.
By my account now, Southeast Polk well over 10 turnovers here on the night. It's been a struggle for them, even when they've had possession of the ball for more than 5 seconds or 10 seconds at a time. They just haven't found that clean look, nor have they taken many clean shots.
So we got Dawson, Weatherly, Jackson, Daly into the ball game for Southeast Polk. We'll try to run down the Valley players when we can here. Shot up, no good. Rebound comes off to Southeast Polk.
And ultimately, when you take a look at volume, Southeast Polk just hasn't been able to put up the shots a whole lot.
And Daly with the drive, Jackson Daly. Truman Morse with his third foul.
And you see coach for Southeast Polk down there. You're talking with his guys, talking with the starters. Really, there's learning lessons in everything, and I think the best thing for Southeast Polk to take away is this is a learning opportunity. This is a learning lesson, because come next couple games you'll be starting postseason play, and you don't have room for errors there.
Yeah, that's when you got to kind of put together a run, or you hang up the sneakers for the rest of the season. Fred Johnson with the rebound, and that one goes over to the scorer's table, and he is not eligible, so that is
the scorer's table has had a lot of action so far this game. They've spilt water. They've had a lot of time to get into this game.
Three, good! Truman Morse hits the three.
The first bucket that they've made so far in this quarter, but hey, when you're up by as big as they are right now.
Yeah, continuous clock running, and there's a drive, the bucket, and the foul.
Against, the silver lining here, if you want to take away, there's, for me, a couple different ones. Right now you're seeing a lot of these guys that will add depth to this Southeast Polk team heading forward into the final games of the regular season and into the postseason.
I'm not sure who this is either. Number 4, do you have? I don't have a 4 listed on either of my sheets for Southeast Polk.
Yeah, I think they did a number change on us here.
3 is up, no good. Rebound put up and good.
Number 10,
Drew Schnicker.
And in this game overall, we talked about it too. We mentioned it. It shows what Valley's capable of, their strengths. And again, some people may at Southeast Polk 1 point away from winning against Waukee, yet comes in here, and it's just about the size. You mentioned the size, and Valley knows how to use that well. But Southeast Polk, they're not a Waukee. They're not one that can really hurt you a whole lot from the perimeter.
Valley just taking their time now. Going to wind it down. Schnicker puts it up and gets another bucket.
At some point, if he would have taken a couple more steps, he probably would have fallen flat on his face there. But credit to him.
And then there's a foul on the drive.
And Dawson Weatherly to the line, and he's a guy that again doesn't get a whole lot of chances to get to the free throw line in varsity action, but again, Southeast Polk, you're saying this is a chance to see how well your guys can perform in varsity action.
And he misses the free throw. Rebound comes off. Jumper up, no good. Battle for the rebound, and then there'll be a foul called. I think Braden Catcher. I want to thank Reese and Devin, done a great job all season.
Yes.
And wait a minute, there's somebody else. Oh, Randy too.
Oh yeah,
got a great crew here throughout the regular season, helping us out as he steps to the line. Brock Stiles.
Certainly, you can't have the great camera work without great cameramen, and it's been really fun and exciting.
We added that floor camera, wireless, and it's added a lot to the broadcasts here. Second free throw, no good. Rebound, no good. And I think the next thing you'll see us in basketball will be at the state tournament. Up and good.
And of course, we'll more than likely see some form of a CIML team in there. And boy, man, this has been an absolutely great conference to watch. Whatever division, it's been a great conference. This is a kind of an abundance of riches right here for basketball.
Yeah, for girls basketball, yeah, we know Southeast Poker Valley, one of them is going to be out because they're going to play each other, but more than likely, we'll see several other the teams here from the conference, and there is a travel call. Oh my gosh, he was lighting up that three, Jackson Carter.
You could see the smile on everybody's faces.
He looks to the referee and says, "Come on, I don't get in, let me shoot it."
This is my shot. But it'll be really fun on both the boys and girls side to see what the postseason may shake out to be.
Yeah, I think the Valley boys, they got a chance, to put things together and get on a run here.
Yeah, arguably, they're one of the better post-present type teams in the conference. I know Centennial, they're obviously do a really good job of really banging down low, but this is a team, Valley and Centennial are two of the better teams, post teams in the conference, and I would not be surprised to see any one of those two teams make it, to the big dance in Wells Fargo.
Free throw short.
And one of the hallmarks of good teams is to beat the teams that you should beat. And while Southeast Polk is a solid team, we know that Valley has a lot more tangibles, a lot more there to work with. And, they're not shortchanging their talent. They're not shortchanging anything. And they're beating the teams, for the most part, that they should. And they're really picking up here late.
The drive and then the throw out as that was Fred Johnson who hit 1 of 2 for Southeast Polk last time down. And the clock continues to run here.
That was probably one of the better one-armed passes I've seen that did not connect.
Well, he was looking for the guy to go to the corner.
I hope someone took a photo of that, because that'd probably be a highlight reel photo.
And here's the number 4. We don't know who that is. He gets 1 of 2. And the 3, no good.
I like the aggressiveness here late by these guys. They're just high flying. There's a lot of fast pace going. It's good to see out of these guys, because these are the individuals we'll most likely see here in the next couple of years.
Send Braden Catcher to the free throw line with a chance to get in the scorebook with 9.4. Oh, doesn't go. Rebound. And they're going to let him play.
And why not?
Catcher will put up the three. No good, and that'll do it. 60-23, the final here. Valley with the decisive win. We'll come back, wrap up the boys' game here after this on CISN.TV.
Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee, Schottenkirk Ford Indianola, representing Iowa's top 2 selling brands, are combining for one giant sales event. Save big in Waukee. New Silverado 1500 4x4, $36,990, $486 per month. New 2020 Equinox LT, $23,999, $316 per month. All new and pre-owned vehicles marked with one low price. Save big in Indianola. New Ford F-150 Crew Cab 4x4, $36,499, $480 per month. New Ford Escape, $18,499, $243 per month. Let the power of 2 work for you. Schottenkirk Chevrolet Waukee, Schottenkirk Ford Indianola.
Moms typically get to make a majority of the healthcare decisions for their family. That can be a lot of pressure, but not for me, because I know the choice is ours. For medical tests like MRIs, X-rays, CAT scans, and of course mammograms, ask your doctor to refer you to Iowa Radiology. They work around our hectic schedules, they're the best at what they do, and they're so great with my family. They truly care, and it shows. Visit iowaradiology.com or call to schedule an appointment. Iowa Radiology, our focus is your good health.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore. It's cold outside, and that means it's fireplace season. And you need one of the brand new Heat and Glow gas fireplace inserts. They're the perfect retrofit for that old wood-burning fireplace that you're not using. You get beautiful flames, you get heat, you get easy operation, and they're all brand new Heat and Glow gas fireplace inserts. Please come see us, Fireplace Superstore, 109th and Douglas in Urbandale.
We might not always know what the day will bring, but some things are certain. The sun will rise and your lights will go on. That's because at MidAmerican Energy, we're obsessively, relentlessly committed to providing you energy when and where you need it, to connecting with you and keeping our communities safe and strong. Because the most important thing we put our energy into is you. We're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Here at Valley, the Tigers get a sweep tonight of Southeast Polk. The final of the boys' game 60-23. The girls 52-43. So Andrew Downs, Valley girls on a little bit of a roll here. Southeast Polk still has some things to work out. Wasn't a blowout, but some things they need to work on the girls' side. For the boys, Valley looked really good here. Southeast Polk took a step back from what we've been seeing them play here lately, so just kind of a mixed night for both the teams.
Yeah, when you take a look at on the girls' side, Valley really kind of stepped up there, and we talked about the pace of play for Southeast Polk, and it was just not met. One of the great things that both these teams for Valley did was establish themselves down low. They established themselves early, made sure they drove hard, and when you can limit any team in this game to one-dimensional team, you've already won that game. As long as you can do that, and Valley, credit, especially in the boys' game, you limit a team like Southeast Polk, who's taking teams like Valley all the way to the end. It shows a lot, and it showed depth, because our was not the biggest threat for the Valley boys tonight, and it was a lot of guys who really stepped up, and that, if I'm coach, that really shows a lot. That shows a lot to me, because now we can handle some of the better teams going forward.
All right, so the final here, 60-23 in the boys matchup, 52-43 in the girls, and that'll wrap up, I think, pretty much a regular season here on CISN.TV. Be watching. We'll be down at Wells Fargo. Well, not down, over. It'd be, over to the east a little bit from where we're at here. But anyways, we get ready for the postseason. We appreciate you watching us throughout the regular season here. That's going to wrap it up here tonight. Valley gets the sweep here on CISN.TV.